Today's Monday too. Let me see. Yeah, I might just sell this. Yeah. Nah, yeah. Two of them. It's a smaller expressed account. Right here. Yeah, I'm gonna sell out here. I wish my phone did that. I was thinking about starting that too, soon. I want to be able to have the prop firm. I thought it was gonna be harder, or I was gonna have to have more money. But nah, not necessarily. Yeah. You guys won't be able to hear it though. That's the only problem. Nah, yeah, because I don't have my. I can't share my own audio unless I have the other screen. But I can't join with the other screen like often because I be having so much tabs open, so the computer be freezing. Oh man. Oh, that's 100%. That's what they said. They said it gets oppressing. Wait, what? Wait, why does it say I bought something? Don't tell me I bought something with one of these accounts. Oh, I forgot I had this one. The Leap account. It starts December 8th. That's the next challenge for TradingView. December 8th. Come on. 13 more days, everybody. Yeah. Oh yeah, pretty much. Then run up above here. Make this a little bit smaller. This is for gold. We're also long on Forex right now. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, what I'm doing right now is when we were buying since Thursday to yesterday to Friday, we told everybody that Monday should potentially be able to take you down lower. So yeah, I still think that you can actually drop like $10 here. It's just a matter of, do they want you to drop anymore, or are they just gonna keep buying you up now? See, if you get below opening price, you could play puts to about 660, 659. It's about $2 to $3 right there. In terms of CS zones, your first zone has already been made. In terms of supply and demand zones, currently so far today you hit the put area, and then you're falling right now. Meaning you can get down to here and hold, which is 662.40. If you get below that, you're gonna have to first go through this purple one. But again, if you get below that, you can go straight to that zone right there. And that's gonna be at 654. So yeah. Remember, buy your leaps. Buy your leaps, buy your leaps, buy your leaps. Make sure you guys got some 30 to 60 day contracts. And just keep holding it. Hold. When SPY runs to 690, you're going to get rid of it, alright? 690, 685. Yep, right around there. That's going to be, wait, we're talking about like upside for 690? Of course, yeah. Remember, like I said, in order for me to buy again today, I wanted to see it at a new low. How's everybody in the background? How's the trades culinary? You guys are crazy. You guys have been here since last night. Ah, damn. Damn wires from the heater. Smell like I'm cooking up a damn barbecue. Nah, I have like an industrial heater, but that shit just gets too hot. And when you leave it on for too long, and you turn it off, that just smells like it's burning. Like it's literally on fire. You said any calls for Thanksgiving? I mean, oh, plans. Honestly, just to fix up these other challenges, because I finished this last night and yesterday. Um, Basically, this is you taking an account from $500 to 20K, then 20K to 240K, and then 240K. You're taking it to 2 million in 3 separate challenges, 3 separate tasks. Now, every time you hit a new level, like 30K, 60K, 70K, right? You're going to be doing a certain select group of things. Like, for example, right now, if I hit 60K, 5K into Tesla, 4K into paying off debt, 4K into paying off my expenses for 6 to 12 months. I'm getting into 10, 30 to 90 day plays, 2K into the nonprofit, 2K into the life insurance policy. That's a total of 18K withdrawn. So when I hit 60K, I'm taking out 18. The LLC is going to be taken care of by the time you finish your smaller targets. Right here, I have start LLC at 2,000 because it's going to cost 300. So just one. Every single time we go up a little bit more, we start another LLC. And these are the companies that we're going to be opening with the money from the mid targets and the extreme targets.
Like build sheet
Yeah.
of like your company making money. So now it's like, all right, I'm not giving a loan to somebody who's not able to pay it back. Like this company has equity.
No, exactly. So it's like it builds the reputation behind everything else that you're creating, and you could just use it to feed everything else. Just pour into it. So by the end of these challenges, by the end of the extreme target, which is number 3, there's only 3 different challenges. I guess you have the first challenge, which is the actual money making challenge. And then challenge number 2 is going to be going from smaller targets to the larger targets, to the more extreme ones. When you hit $2 million, right? Again, everybody, when you hit $2 million, if you do everything correctly, you're going to have $7 million in total. You're going to have $2 million in your trading account, $5 million in your actual account, and that's going to be $7 million in total. You have 170K. And remember, some of these numbers I gotta re-add them. So in all honesty, it's a little bit less than what it's actually supposed to be at right now. But it's about 1.4 million going into debt, life insurance, dividends, expenses, and blue chip companies. And then the rest of your money, I'm sure you can see it right there, but you're gonna be buying 5 homes. So the first home you're going to buy is when you're at 600K. You're going to take out 100K. The second group of homes you're going to be buying is going to be at 1.2 million. You're going to buy 2 homes. And you're going to try to get each home for about $1 million each, which is going to cost you about 20% down, which is about 200K. So you could say like 200 plus 200, that's 400. Add another 100K just in case. 500K. So with just 500K, I could scoop up 2 homes that are worth basically $2 million, $1 mil each. Plus the initial home that I bought earlier for 100K, that is another home that's worth around 500,000. So by the time I buy 3 homes, I'm gonna have around 2.5 million in real estate. And then by the time I buy the next 2, and I'm at 5 in total, I should be at around 3.7 million with just those 5 homes is the idea. And we should be able to do all this within a matter of 6 months. So by the time a whole year passes, we should be able to do this twice, is what I'm saying. Which means theoretically we should have around 10 houses same time next year, like right now. Is the idea. And it's crazy because listen to me. Your debt is all paid off. If you follow this, you literally... I spent so much time making sure this shit was perfect. Making sure that... A lot of people don't show you this. They never show you like, oh, when you hit 460K, I took out X amount. I threw into X things. It reset my account from 460 to 390K. And the next time I took out money was 600. Which means when I got dropped back down to 390K... I had to trade my ass right back up to 600K again. And then I took out more money. And then you get reset again from 600K. Then you drop to 40K. And then now you got to grow to 900K. And then once you get to 900, you got to take out 740K. Oh, no. So you drop down to 740. You got to take out 160K right there. My bad. And then you drop down to 740. Then you got to get it right back to 900K. Actually, this right here could be changed to 1.2 million. 1.2 million. And then when you're at 1.2 million again, you're going to be spending around, how much is this? 400, that's like 430K. Or 400, yeah, about 430K. So then you drop down to the 700s again. Then you got to bring it right back up to 1.5 million. And then boom, when you're at 1.5 million, you're going to spend 360K only. You're not going to step it up because now you want to make sure that you can scale your account without resetting yourself too far back down. Because if you do that, psychologically, you're going to drill some holes in your head and you're not going to be able to, you know, conceptualize what's the best thing you should do in that moment when you should be able to, is what I'm trying to say. Everybody here should be able to, especially if they've went through at least a week or two of training. And you got all the charts on your screen. Hell yeah. Come on now. I definitely think you should be capable of that. As long as you have the charts, though. And yeah, when you get to this point, basically everything is paid off. Your future is set up. You have homes for yourself and your family. The tax breakdown is also going to be something that I create next. So now since this is done, perfect. Now I want to create an outline of how you're going to pay your taxes with this. What are you going to have to pay for? How are you going to put it under a management company? How are you going to put it under your LLCs? Do you buy real estate with your LLCs, or do you buy it with, you know, your management company? Like, what are you doing here? How do you organize this structure perfectly to the point where your first rodeo is going to literally shoot you into the stars, right? Because that's what you want to do here. You don't want to waste your time. Besides that, everybody, let's go back over here. The market did fall down to 1.5. And you ran up to number 1 so far. You're about to run up to number 1.5 again. If you can't get above it, we're just going to play puts going down lower than it. And then for this right here, this is only for the $1 million account challenge. I got to do this for the blue, purple, yellow, and green independently. So I'm thinking since I put so much time into this, it should be easier to make the other ones. Honestly, it shouldn't be that hard. Now that I think about it. Because this shit at the bottom, I'm just going to copy it. Honestly. I'm definitely not going to make another. I'll add to it, but I don't think we need to change this in any way, shape, and form. We literally are starting we're starting 8 LLCs, life insurance policies, nonprofit, and you're investing into dividend plays. I forgot to mention that. By the time you hit $2 million, do you guys know how much money you're going to have in dividends? I don't know if you saw it down here. $600,000. Do you know how much that would pay you monthly?
How much?
20 to 26K.
Yeah.
So if you have 600K in dividends, again, per month, you would be making around 20 to like 26K.
And that's money you don't even got to work for.
Exactly. So now let me ask you something, Hoover. What if you get that 26K, but then while you were trading, you still made another 200K, 300K again? Dump another 100K into it. Build it up again. Then dump another 100K into it. Build it up again. Dump another 100K into it. You could literally get to the point where you're rinsing and repeating the same cycle for like 3 months straight with companies that are like ping-ponging around that, yeah, you could literally just get to that level real quick. Like, just figure out how much of a multiple you need. Look at these companies and see how oversold they are or how overbought. Like, kind of like a Webull. Webull right now is extremely oversold. So what I would do here is I would throw in around 5K into a company like Webull because their stock price is at $8 right now, $7. Literally the lowest, one of the lowest points ever. And I would just find companies that are like that. But I wouldn't want to buy them while they're falling. I would want to buy them when they fall and they're starting to potentially curl upwards. Kind of like if you look at Target, right? That's the kind of companies that I want. So that's basically what you're going to be doing with these dividend plays. You're going to be throwing that money into just more plays that could build that money even more. Like if I get 20K from my dividend play, imagine I take 5K and I take that shit to like 50K. You know, I just literally turn a free 20K into 50K. I do that 4 times in a row, but not to the same standard, right? Let's just say I don't make that much money. I only make 1.5 times per day, or like 25% per day, let's just say. By that Friday, because of the compounding nature of it, yeah, it would almost look as if you doubled your account, basically. So what I'm trying to say is, depending on how much money you make and how you throw that money into other different things, as long as you're not being ridiculous with it, you're going to have a situation where you'll be able to do this. You'll be able to rinse and repeat it, rinse and repeat it, rinse and repeat it. The universe is going to give you an opportunity. It's always going to give you a window. It's just make sure you do what you're supposed to do. Stick to the script. If you guys don't stick to the script that I've created, yeah, it might not go too well, is what I'm trying to say. So just make sure you stick to this. There's a lot of opportunities here. It's a lot of wiggle room, just in case if you guys have debt, or, you know, you guys are more so individuals who want real estate, or some of you guys want dividends. Whatever it is you want, I'm going to have a little bit of everything so I can help everybody out pretty much. I think this is good for now. Morning, Sherman. If I do this for futures, how the hell would I do this? What do you guys think? What would I change first? Because I kind of want to make a copy out of this. First, before I make a copy out of this, let's go ahead and load up this account. And let's go ahead and start the third $1 million account. We have one sitting at 100, one sitting at 50. All started with $4. This next one is going to be $4 as well. I thought it was going to be a little bit more. It's the same thing. Seems like I want to stress this out here.
With futures, you would just have to multiply those numbers by 5, really, right?
Well, what I'm trying to think about is, what is the cheapest account size you can open with futures? With Webull, it's around, you could trade with around $100 if you want to trade 1 ounce gold. So they allow you to trade with under $100, which is perfect, because now the next thing I'm thinking about is that shit moves really slow, like really slow. You could make $50, but you're gonna have to wait 4 hours, 6 hours. Sometimes you can make it quicker if you're like on gold's ass and you're just back and forth, just watching it. But if you're just trading SPY, I don't think you'll be able to trade with margin unless you have like 200 to 300. So, boom, you have $70 to 100. You trade gold, bring it up to 300, and then once you're at 400, you can start trading MES or MGC, I believe. MGC. Let me see. What is the margin requirements on MGC? Let me see. The margin requirements on MGC are 330. So you would probably have to buy MES first when you're in the 200s. Take that account size to like 300, 400, and then you would be able to hop into micro gold. And that will start flipping your account real quick. So basically, you're going to be suffering from $100 all the way to about 400. And then once you get to 400 or 500, it's going to be much easier to lift off the floor. So ladies and gentlemen, how am I going to structure these challenges? The first challenge is going to be with just $100. The second challenge with futures, because I'm not trying to play this other random $5, $10 stuff. Even if you could trade futures with $10, I don't think I would do it because of the margin requirements. You're literally just going to get sold out.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, we'll have less. Basically, what I'm saying is we'll have less challenges for futures, is what it looks like. In fact, we'll probably just challenge ourselves by trading certain tickers. Like, that would be the challenge. So yeah, we could do something like that, I guess. All right, so let me start editing this then. First, before we edit it, we got an idea for the futures account. One's gonna be 100. The second account is gonna be at 500. The third account is gonna be at 1,000, and that's it. That's literally it. I would only run 3 challenges on futures every time, because if I'm at 1,000, I mean, you guys seen what I did the other day. 1,000 with one trade is now going to be around 6,000, right? You can go from 1K to 1,000 just trading gold and just having 2 to 3 contracts of MGC. I kid you not. It's the wildest thing in the world. And then when you get to 6K, we full ported again. And if you guys want to see, I'll show you like where we were buying and selling. Remember, this is gold.
Silo, just a quick reminder,
What's up?
stars at reversal 4, or close to it.
Hell yeah, to the top side, right?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. There we go. Let me just show them real quick. Oh yeah, you guys could see, you guys what's called could literally see where I bought and sold here. So last time we bought was down here. It doesn't say here because I wasn't trading on TradingView at the time, but I bought here. And then I sold the trade right around here. And then I waited. We then went short right around the top, like the top of the Dorito. Right around that red right there. See how it says sell? And then we basically sold it to here. We bought it, got out. You then fell down to here. You then ran up again. We sold it again, as you can see. And then we bought it again at the bottom down here. And we've just been waiting ever since. I wanted to go a little bit lower so I could buy on the bigger account. But yeah, I just never was able to buy in again. So we'll see where this is going to go. If it follows my drawing, it's definitely going to pop out the top of the Dorito here.
Hey, sorry, I had a crazy idea.
What's up?
For like a challenge. I don't know if it would be good or not, but we'll do 1 week where we focus just on put plays for like multiple like tickers or just SPY, and like we just focus on where in the market would be a good place to place a put, right, for 1 week. And then the next week we'll do the opposite. We'll focus on just call plays, right? Specific tickers, and it's in essence teaching you the patience that you need to know about the certain contracts you get into, because then you can learn how to read when to get into that contract. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, completely. But that's basically what I do now. That's why sometimes why do you think like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, people did not want to be in the Discord, or people were like they what's called joined in January, or not January, but August, July. And the second I started testing them all, they started being like, hey, this guy sucks. Where's all the trades? He's not making no money no more. And then, no, I swear to God, but they don't understand that I was doing that to train them. Like, I was giving them shitty trades, or like, the market would be bullish, and I would literally just keep giving them puts. Not at terrible random ass points, but like, I'll get puts off of a reversal point, like 4 here. Like, even if this is a bullish market, Monsa just mentioned it like 2 minutes ago. He said SPY's about to be at reversal point 4. Okay. I can guarantee you guys that he bought a number 4.
There we go. Attaboy Monsa.
And the reason why I can guarantee it is because I've had so many conversations with him one-on-one where I've told him, this is what you want to focus on. This is it. Start with this. Master this. Once you get this down packed, boom, move on to the next trading style. And he's now on like 4 trading styles. When you merge all those different trading styles, you get, it's kind of like a damn, I don't even know what to call it. It's like, imagine 5 people grouping up their power and strength, you know what I mean, to make sure that something succeeds. It's way stronger than one person will ever be, right? That's how I think about the charting. It's like multiple personalities and ideas and concepts. It's like like I said, it's like its own consciousness, the charts.
There we go.
And then you're challenging your own with that. So it's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. I agree.
Um, but no, yeah, Hover, you're completely right. That's how I tend to train people. I tend to in the bullish market, I'll focus on just puts with them, and then I'll see like what areas are they buying puts from, what areas are they averaging down on, and then when we start playing like this, where we're literally just playing with the market, like the flow, we're not playing against it no more. Like this is no longer testing. It's just straight trade the flow. We literally have made more money in the past month than I have made in my whole entire X amount career of the last 5 years in just 1 month. Just structuring, like I don't know what it was. When I started doing more work like this, my brain started firing like on cylinders that it's never fired on before. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this shit is so much fun. Maybe it sounded like I got like a little bit annoyed with this in the morning because I was doing this for so many hours. I was fixing this for at least 10 hours. And I could have done this way easier, but I'm not a Excel fanatic. I barely know about this, so it's kind of hard for me to... But still, we got it done. I just took the long route. So if you guys want to do stuff like this, I promise you, it's going to also cause you to have another little X amount of motivation just right underneath you, you know? Which is what you need. Because there's going to be days where you don't want to do this shit. There's going to be days where everything in your personal life is dragging you from the stock market. The second you start getting better. You ever notice that? Problems with your job, problems with your family, problems with this. The second you start getting good with trading, it's always the case. The universe is going to test you.
It's like, all right, you got good with this. Let's make sure you fix this up over here too.
Exactly. Right? And if you don't, the universe is going to be backhand the shit out of you. And see if you learn your lesson. And if you don't, it's going to keep doing it and keep doing it until the point where you feel like now the universe is against you. But it's not what this is about. It's not that it's against you. It's that you're not opening up your eyes. You're not visually feeling what's actually occurring around you. Spiritually, energetically, you're just kind of numbing yourself. A lot of people do it in different fashions. Some people are capable of doing it without the use of substances. A lot of people do it with the substances. And it's unfortunate. You don't want to make yourself go numb. I did that shit for so long. 6 months, went by like that. Snap on my fingers. And now I'm looking at myself and I'm just like, bro, like, what did I do to myself? The universe gave me an ability to trade. What am I doing here? Why am I just molting like in the couch and just like liquefying myself on it? It makes no sense. Like, take this to the next level. Before the universe takes my gift and gives it to somebody else, you know what? I'm going to get to that next level and I'm going to teach that somebody else before, it gets taken and just automatically given to them. Because that happens. You guys know how many times I've been writing stories ever since I was 15 years old? When there was barely any anime out, there were like very culturally diverse with like the current media, current age. Everything was really old around the 2015s. And then all of a sudden, 2016s, 2017s, 2018s, 2019s, all the ideas that I was coming up with anime, again, you can call me crazy. Every single idea that I came up with anime, when I stopped building it and I stopped drawing it and I made the decision that I would never do it, I swear to you guys, within a month or a year, I saw somebody create something that was so similar, I couldn't believe it.
Isn't that crazy, right?
Nah, right?
But it's like, no, that's how that shit works. It's like the universe grants you these, ideas and thoughts for, you. And it's like, if you don't act upon them, it will essentially pass it on to another person who will. And then you'll be like, yo, bro, like, this motherfucker copied my shit. Like, how the fuck did he get that? Like, that's exactly what I was thinking, exactly what I wanted to create. How did he get that? You know what I'm saying? It's a download. It's all a download, bro.
But do you see how, like, your choice of words and what you say also depict the type of person that you become and that you kind of level into? It's like, when I see somebody, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I felt that before. Where, 100%, I did feel that at one point before. Not when it comes to the stock trading, but when I first started, what was it? Was it with Uber? I think it was with Uber. like, yo, I would be working my ass off, and I would be having like friends and family. They would be wanting to compete for Uber, and people would be making like a crazy amount of money for barely putting any hours in, and it was only because they were going to the areas that people didn't want to go to. They were going to the Bronx. They were, going to these because it was quick. They were doing more orders than me. So I was just going to the rich neighborhoods because I wasn't trying to, have issues, is my mindset. That's how I think. If you're in the right place, right time, you should be straight. But of course, things can happen, of course. But it's just like, that's how I always just plan shit, just to be like that. And I would see people making more money, and I would be like, yo, what the fuck am I not doing? Like, I'm talking to these customers. I am going back to the stores when I forget something. I'm doing the most right now. And then I'm getting violated by some customers for being too slow when I got their order 5 minutes ago. And I was the fastest person to their crib, but they thought that I was taking my sweet ass time, 30 minutes or an hour. And I got to a point where I was just like, bro, like, you can't keep thinking like that. You think that in that type of selfish, unhumble way, the universe is going to keep slapping you down. As soon as I started thinking, like, you know what? They deserve it. They deserve it. They're definitely doing something. They're putting some work in. It's like my whole life started to change when I started thinking like that. And then I got into the stock trading. And then I immediately became a person that was wanting to help other people. I was no longer thinking about myself. I don't know what was that switch. It was maybe because of how much money I saw I made so quickly. But like I told you guys before, it's like you got to get lost in the sauce. People think that's a bad thing, but in the beginning, it's not. It's kind of like you got to let it happen. You got to let it marinate, and you got to really get a feel for what's going on around here so that you could tell your soul if this is something that's worthwhile. Because if your soul knows that this is something that could take you to the next level, then you start to become it. Trying and being is two different things. There's a difference between trying and there's a difference between being. I always say this to you guys. So make sure you're not trying no more. In the beginning, you're going to try. But make sure you get to the level where you're just being. You're just existing. And you just existing is successful. It's greatness. It's the greatest trader in the world. That's how each and every one of you should be thinking. Because the way I teach you is to ensure that you're going to be better than me. That's it. So if you guys want to do the same thing, come on now.
Solid or great. Solid or great.
It's everybody the great. Come on now, Hoover.
Everybody the great. Y'all heard it here first.
Everybody's name in this group is going to get written in the history books. Just wait for it.
If ain't nobody say they believe in you, we believe in you.
Come on now. That's one of the craziest things, to have 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 30-year-olds, because, again, I don't mean to say it in a, condescending type of fashion, but it's crazy how those individuals will break down in front of you and will cry just because of you believing in them. And in the beginning, I was just doing it, like, just because, you know what I mean? I wasn't really thinking twice about it. I never thought twice about it until I had somebody break down and cry just because they would notice that I would always be there for them. They would call me at 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m. to start charting. I'm there. They would understand something. I would record it 6 more different fashions, see if it resonates with them. If not, keep going. Find a way. Find a way. Find a way.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Somebody who believes in you, bro. That'll really switch somebody's mind, somebody's life around.
I wholeheartedly agree with that, bro.
It's very important because it's like, yeah, they want to push, everybody, you get your own house and, you live your own life, get your own job, you live how you want to live. But it's just like, it gets to a certain point where it's just like the way you're living, what you're doing, you know that there's something better, but you can't really grasp it until you get another perspective who sees truly how great you can be, your true potential, From like inside looking out, you can only look at yourself so much from a mirror and see, what you see. But from somebody else, with different perspective and understanding of who you are, if they know you for a period of time, They can, give you some insight. Hey, listen, bro, like you're fucking up, or listen, I know you think you're doing great right now, but I'm telling you, if you do this, this, and that, you'll be catapulting to the best version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that, in essence, just being able to see, like, yo, like this person actually thinks I can do this. Like, I didn't think I could do that, and he thinks I could do that. And then it's just like, let me try.
There's a quote that I heard from an anime, and I never really liked this anime. It was like a mechanized machinery type of anime. Like, I don't like robots and shit like that when people make shows about that. The only thing I've ever liked with robots was the damn Michael. What's that guy's name? The explosion guy?
Michael Bay.
Yeah, Michael Bay, the one that he developed with the damn robots, with Optimus and all that shit. Like, that's pretty much the only thing I've ever liked with like robots and stuff like that. Everything else is just trash. But
yeah, Transformers is great.
This anime, there was a part where the character wasn't believing in himself, and the guy, he said something very simple. He said, "Believe in the version of you that I believe in."
Wow.
If you can't believe, again, believe in the version that I believe in, that you've heard me vocalize about you. Believe in that. Be delusional. You can do it. It's fine if you do it. You're not wrong for doing it. You're not wrong for getting lost in the zone. You're not wrong for wanting more for yourself. Just do it. Just do it. Plan it. Like this shit right here last night. Again, it's blood, sweat, and tears fixing this stuff. I mean, just look how much stuff this contains, It's all over the place, but we keep fixing it and fixing it and fixing it because it makes the reality become real. Instead of me trying, me doing all this is being. This is the world that I want to live in. This is the version of me that I want to be. And I'm not just going to sit here and watch you guys see me succeed and not let you guys succeed as well. So that's the plan here, is to show you guys that I'm always here over the weekend. I didn't go live on YouTube at all because, again, I don't want to be distracted. I want to do one thing and focus on one thing. And yeah, that was the idea behind it. So again, just take everything that I'm doing, try to mimic it, try to do the same thing, start working on some Excel sheets, play around with some planning stuff, get ready for the future in terms of what you're going to post. If you guys want to start trading and you guys want to have like stock communities and stuff like that, you could build off of this community. I have no problem with that. Think about it. In order for me to have started this in the first place, it was because I was a part of another person's Discord that had 20,000 people and I was teaching. And that individual, they did make me one of the best traders in the group. They highlighted me. And that's all I want to do for you guys. I'm going to highlight you guys being the best trader. We're going to build a community around you. And we're going to have you potentially teach so that you don't have to work a normal job no more. Because with teaching, you just teaching 100 people, you're getting paid at $20K a month already. Just for 100 people. And 100 people is not going to take up too much of your time. You helping that 100 people and the 20K, is it worth it? And the honest answer, I'll be real with you guys. Dealing with humans, straight up, if this is not something you want to do, if this is not something that enlightens you, in the beginning it's not. It's going to feel like torture. Because literally, it's like you're talking to a wall, is what it feels like. Until you realize that your own energetic pulse of that person, like your own spirituality, your own core philosophy deep down of you trying to help this person will be the one thing that helps them. That's what I learned. So you can't get frustrated, basically. You can't. There's no need to get frustrated. And that's why I learned very quickly early on, when I'm teaching people, do not get frustrated. Have you guys ever heard me frustrated about teaching you? Nah, right? You can't. You can't get me frustrated when it comes to that. Because that's what I really, really want to do. That's like the core, That's the awesome part. That's what I realize. So if you guys really, really, really want to get to that point as well, again, start the Excel sheet, start the planning. Just go wild with it. That's all you have to do here. There's still a few more things we have to fix as well, so we're going to fix that today. Last night we passed our combine again, right, everybody? We passed with 0 losses. Let me go ahead and show you guys, just in case you guys joined in a little bit late. Also, tell me how I created an account, because I saw that Michael Burry had created an account on this website called Substacks. So I created an account on that website, and it's like a damn website from Europe. So they weren't letting me connect nothing. I kept trying to force it, and somehow I got it to connect. I don't think I was supposed to be able to do that. So like I have the account up and running now, and I can start posting on this other platform. I wasn't going to include that. Like, as you could tell, if you go to here, the content tracker, it's not included here, Substack. Let me see. Is it? It should. Oh, yeah, I did include it. I guess I forgot to take it out. So, yeah, that's awesome. That made me so happy. Because now... Oh, yeah, this is basically it right here. It's kind of like Twitter. I told you guys, I have a master plan right now. The first step is finding every single media source and website that I could post my trades. That's the first step. If you guys would like to help me, just send me some of the social media websites. Especially if you guys could find stuff for like different countries and you know it. For like Japanese or, I don't know, another country, I guess. South America. Canada. Yeah, just let me know. Again, SPY is falling from number 4, everybody. If you're confused and you're just like, what is even happening here? You didn't say one word about calls and puts to the Discord. I'm confused. I'm anxious. I want to buy, but I don't know where. First thing I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is you see that box I created right there? You guys know why I showed you that in the beginning of the day? Well, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, did it work? Again, you might not have a single idea in the world as to what I'm saying right now, but again, let me know. Did the CS zones work?
Yes, it worked because it's the first 2 candles and it went up and it's struggling with that resistance, which is reversal number 4. It's hit it 1, 2, 3, 4 different times today so far.
Isn't that flipping awesome? Like, you literally hit the bottom. You went out the box. You held below it. So, again, everybody, by this candlestick right here, by 9:35, by the time that candlestick finished and you were down here, the first thing I want you to realize is the CS zones, what they, like I showed you yesterday on Friday. If you guys replay that video as well, we did the same trading style. But yesterday's was red, if you remember. I'm sure that's going to make you ring a bell. And remember what I told you yesterday? If it falls from number 7, it looks like you're going to fall into number 3 and 2. And we told everybody, if you hold around 3 and 2, you're just going to run up above number 8 again. And you literally did it word for word. So if we try to take the same idea with the CS zones from yesterday, what you would basically do is, when you first run above the box, you buy puts. And then what did it do, right? It fell down to the midpoint. As you all can see, that dotted line right there, that long wick, perfectly fell to the midpoint. So, right here on the right side, what does it say? Consolidation snap. Maximum percent of 5% of your capital for the first 2 entries, and then 15% for the last entry. The reason why I'm allowing you to use more money is because with this trading style, theoretically, you're always going to be able to know where the market wants to fall before it does it. Same thing with the run-up, right? Like, you'll know where it wants to get bullish and where it wants to hold. Like, for example, where is that going to be? The bottom of the box. So if I'm going to buy calls here logically, the only time I would ever buy calls is going to be at the bottom here. If I'm being real with you guys, I would only buy calls like down here at number 4. That's it. Everything else is off limits now, just because of where the CS zone was created. Now, if I'm trying to buy puts, where can I buy the puts? Well, again, everybody, you have to think about this market like a progression type of system. It's like it goes from left to right, right? So it progresses. There's always this trajectory that it's heading in. How do you figure it out in terms of like upside or downside? You use the midpoints. If you're holding above the midpoint, it's bullish. So think about it like that. The fact that you held above the midpoint and ran back to the top, would I buy puts up here again? The answer is no. Now, in order for me to buy puts, I would need the market to do something like this here. I would need this to go up, potentially down a little bit, make a new CS zone when it hits number 6, and then right around the top here, I would buy puts now. That's what my brain is thinking. So again, no more puts because you already fell from top to the midpoint. Now you need to see if this is going to get below that midpoint. This is very bullish. This is very sharp. This looks like it's going to run up. So, yeah. Again, focus on puts right below number 5. And then focus on puts right below number 7. And then if you hit number 7, boom, we'll buy the puts at number 7 for a drop to number 5. Just like how we did it on Friday. Let me scroll to the left to show you guys. So again, everybody, on Friday, we bought some puts right around here. Hoover even bought some puts. I think, who else bought some puts around here? So yeah, Hoover used number 7. I forgot who else did it. I think it was a couple of you used number 7 on Friday. And then 7 to 8, or 7 to 5, sorry. And then you fell down a little bit longer, a little bit more. So this is kind of like the cherry on top. And then when you were falling down past number 5, we told you might hold at number 3 to 2 and curve right back up to the high. So when you hit number like 12 or right by 11, we're going to buy puts. And as you can see, everybody, it's always right before the white reversal point that you reverse. If you haven't noticed. But number 5 is like the strongest one out of all of them. Number 5 is definitely like the big dog here. So you usually, like, if I'm buying a 10-day play and I'm buying puts, like let's say if Friday I thought that Monday I wanted to buy some puts, what I would do is I would wait for the market to run up to the 4th or the 8th reversal point, and then I would buy my puts. I wouldn't just get it at opening price. You know what I mean? Because if I'm buying puts, I want the market to be running up right now. If I'm buying puts and the market's falling right now, I might get destroyed. Because if that thing flips, that momentum change, like that change in X contract, the change in XIV, plus the theta, plus the erratic changes in delta and gamma, you get a bad surprise. Let me tell ya, you get a bad mix of just, yeah, it's just, those trades are terrible. I hate them.
Cooking in the wrong kitchen.
Yeah, literally, yeah. It's a good analogy. Cooking in the wrong kitchen. Nah, I love that. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like right now, would I buy anything? And the answer is no. Now it's just like a waiting game. Let's just see where this is going to go. Probably looks upwards if we had to like calm down our thoughts and think rationally here with what you did so far. Which means, wait a second, ladies and gentlemen. If I draw a box right here, like a nice small tiny Dorito, and I use the top of the morning and then the bottom, first thing you're going to start to recognize is you are listening to this Dorito almost perfectly. Like you're wedging in this weird upwards pattern, which means the second you pass here, that's where I can see you collapse. So now the next question is, how do you play puts? Where do you play the puts from? And now, in my honest answer, since you already hit the top and fell, which is where the CS zone is initially from over here. Oh, that's kind of cool. Wait a second. Let me draw it here. So look, this is the CS zone. And look at how you perfectly fell down on that wick right there. This is what I was trying to show you guys. The market, for some reason, listens to this trading style that we created probably the most. Like this trading style right here gets listened to the most out of all of them, besides the reversal points. But the reversal points are kind of like factory prefab. You know what I mean? Like that shit already comes with the screw hose. It already comes with where you're going to put the... Oh my God, Jinx, are you okay? Tried to hop inside her house and she was just hanging out. Like, it was like she was grabbing onto the ledge about to fall. She made it up though. Come on now. losing that upper body strength. Yo. Okay, so you're above the CS zone now. Again, I want the next CS zone to be created. I don't want to play with this one no more. The calls worked for it. The puts worked for it. You're holding at the midpoint. Buying puts right now is stupid because this is basically a bullish direction. This is a bullish trend. 2 months ago, I would be making you guys play puts, though. Like 2 months ago, we would just straight up be buying puts at number 4. And then we'll let it go to number 5. We'll average down at 6 or 7. And then call it a day. Let it drop down from 6 and 7 to like number 4. And boom! 1 second. Wait, what do you mean, Prime? You said you get it now, but then the next statement was you don't know how I basically just did that right there. So let me read the rest of your paragraph. You said specifically understand if we are bullish, bearish, or to ignore or to accept a call or out entry. I don't know gray areas. I don't know. Oh, okay. So you were telling me like all the areas that you don't know about. Got it. I'm going to read this out loud because it's going to help other people. Okay? So Prime said he gets it now. He doesn't know how what I basically just did right there. So he's saying that now he understands that there's something that he needs to fill in a gap of in terms of understanding, which is kind of like step 1, honestly, when it comes to this whole learning process. And then step 2 is now breaking down the attributes of what you don't understand. And right here he says, specifically, understanding if we are bullish or bearish, or to ignore or to accept a call or out entry, like a put entry. He said he doesn't know the gray areas. I don't know the validity or the strength of an entry. I don't know how to combine trading styles to come down to a decision. That's his issue. And you don't know how to fix that issue. All right, everybody. So make sure you're watching. Make sure you got your eyes peeled. We're going to fix this issue right here in just 5 minutes. So, Prime, step 1. Whenever you're trading with these trading styles, you want to do them all one at a time. That's the main reason why I tend to have all these different charts is because even though I include, like this right here, you could delete this. Even though I include new trading styles to supply and demand zones, what I did was I waited till I got really good with just the zones. And of course, I had a bunch of days where it was bittersweet. It wasn't that good. But once you have at least a week of you testing one trading style and you having all the notes, like the best times to buy, when you were selling, what mistakes you made and how you fixed it, what you then want to do is incorporate a new trading style. But before you incorporate it, make sure you trade with that separately as well. So this is the more time-consuming type of thing that you had to participate in. You got to literally write stuff down, and until you write the specific elements of each trading style down, like, for example, when you hit a purple zone, you buy puts, right? You buy a 5-day put, and you literally, that's it. You let it sit. But the one thing you had to ask yourself, Prime, is do I just buy a 5-day put right now when we were just at a crazy-ass low, when the market could still run up into the sky? So the answer is no. So in this trading style, when I would normally buy a 5-day put right here, I would only get a 0-day put because I wouldn't want to have too much risk on the board. And in the meantime, I would be wanting to use these monthly levels, like the bigger boxes, to get into my call plays. So again, let's recap what I just said. Step 1, first you draw the trading style. Step 2, you first you add all the text onto the screen. So that's step number 2. So again, step number 1 is you make the chart. Step number 2 is you add all the text, which tells you, like this right here on the top left, it says when you hit the yellow zone, it may hit these and reset back to the color it just came from. You have 1 to 4 entries. Below the yellow, look for downside. You can run to the 1/4 point, that's 2 entries. And then to the middle of the 2 zones, purple and yellow. So that's 4 entries right there. Below the yellow, look for downside. To where? To the purple, right? And then when you're above the purple, it's the complete opposite. It's like they go hand in hand, like yin and yang. And what I noticed was when you create trading styles like that, where the put side and the call side is both the same thing, you start to be able to see how the market is not the same for the bullish side and the bearish side. What I'm trying to say is any stock market, any market, at least for the most part, as long as it's like the S&P or something that's, highly sought after, you have an insane amount of buys and sells. You have an insane amount of price action that, converses with itself. So what you want to do here is, with the SPY, it's very bullish, right? You've been going up since 1993 like a rocket. So it's mostly bullish as compared to bearish. It's like 70% bull, 30% bearish. And at that point, as long as you can realize that, the first thing you're going to realize is when you're in a setting where you could get calls, you want to do it. Because that X value that you gain, you don't get with the puts unless you're at like a 460, 430 low. You know what I mean? So in terms of how are you going to make the most money right now, everybody, it's honestly going to be by letting the market fall to lows like this. Let me hide everything so you could see. And then we're going to go back to fix Prime's problem. And I want you guys to follow along. We're going to record a 5-minute video since I gave him a little recap. All right, what was I talking about again? Okay, so yeah, whenever you drop towards a low like this, you want to be buying. Like over here, we bought over here, down here. We bought down here as well. I kid you not. We bought, I think, on every single drop. I'm pretty sure we bought on every single drop. Because remember, this is when all those people were joining the Discord in August. I told everybody buy puts here. And then at the bottom, I told everybody buy calls. And then I pretty much started testing them throughout the whole entire process of all this. And now you're pretty much in a similar situation, right? We told everybody when you dropped out the sky over here, calls. If I go ahead and take a look at those calls right now, everybody, I kind of want it to be a surprise, but I'm going to take a look at it. I'm so excited. Let me see. Let's see if they're going to be down because of yesterday's Friday's consolidation. It killed a lot of value. Let's go here. Come on. How much am I up? Let's see. Oh my god, I forgot about Intel. What the hell? Alert! Alert! All hands on deck. We have a situation, ladies and gentlemen.
What is going on?
We bought Intel right here at 33 for a 35 strike. Currently, we're up 65%.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's crazy. We bought all the contracts at $80. We bought 5 at 84, 15 at 86. I don't know why I bought 15 at 86. Usually, no, yeah, that's terrible. That's a terrible buy. I would always tell you to buy cheaper. So, like, if I buy at 80, the second contract should have been 60 or 50. My third contract was 50, so that was proper. But, yeah, I don't know why I bought 15 at 86. But regardless, the average is 76 in total, and each contract is at 130. The bid and ask is $2. So this is all real value. This is excellent. And then for Target started going down a little bit. Man, this damn Target shit. Target's so unforgiving right now. We're buying off the best locations, that's for sure. But let me show you guys the Target chart so you can see what I'm talking about. And then we'll go back to Intel in a second. I got to clean up this chart. So Target, we bought it on Friday when you fell out the Thursday when you fell out the sky. So we bought it down here at around 84. And the reason why I bought down there was not because there's a green arrow here. We talked about this last time. That green arrow was here because of the line. This is an older arrow. This is not me predicting the market. I'm not going to lie to you and sit here and tell you that I predicted this. But we did predict that it would fall from here. Like, for example, if you get below the yellow line, we told you puts down to this area over here and then you can hop into calls, which ended up working out, right? Like, for example, if you got calls right here at this line, you did fall lower, but then did you go higher than the arrow? Yes. So you did get it out. And then down here, by this midpoint, when you bought, did you get another out? And the answer is yes. A little mini one. Then you went below it. Then you got a really good out at this midpoint, right? The top of this box here. And look at how you're holding real crispy and clean right on top of that. So when we bought here on Thursday, this was definitely one of our best buys ever. The first time we ever bought on Target was right here. Let me show you guys. Yeah, right here, before it launched up to 100. So we got it like right. I bought it for like 96, I think. Yeah, no, literally, you see that? You see that circle right there? I just realized. Where that circle is, that's where we bought on Target last time. And some of those contracts got destroyed for September, like right up here. You did run up. We were correct about it, but you couldn't push through. Our contracts were for 130, and yeah, they just got destroyed. Now, somebody on the YouTube said, so what strategy do you use? Because they're a little confused. So I've created over 100 strategies, right? My main strategy that I'm teaching right now, because I found this to be the easiest to be able to have people make money, is these boxes right here. So this is the strongest trading style that I have right now in terms of what you would learn as a student here. Now, what you're looking for depicts what trading style you're going to learn. So let's say if you're kind of a 0-day trader, as it stands right now, we have about maybe 20 trading styles that focus on 0-day price action. And one of those trading styles is going to be this here, which is your reversal points. So your reversal points, and then you have your CS zones, which is this box here. And that's pretty much your main, that's it. I'll be real with you. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. That's all you need. You got reversal points and you got the CS zones and you're trading 0 days. Boom. You're straight. Now, if you're trading weekly moves and like 5-day plays because of your job, if you're trading 10-day plays, right? The first thing you want to consider is the fractions. Just like how you said, the fractions are the most important thing. Literally, just come up with any box. Like last night, for example. Let me show you guys something. How did I make money with my account at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. when, you know, it's hard trading futures after hours? But how do you get used to that type of price action? Well, let me show you guys. Let me show you guys what I did here. Let's go to Top Step. I'm going to have to take this off because I think it shows my name. Not that I really care, I guess. It's the same shit. You know, I was thinking about that the other day. Why do I do that? Like, what does it really matter? But then again, it's just like you don't when it comes to anything revolving around money. Now that I think about it, it's just you don't. It's, yeah, you just don't. Okay, anyways. All right, so look at this over here. Look at this. When I was trading with them last night, I did two simple things. Actually, I'm not going to lie to you, I did one. Before I traded, I let the market run. I did not get into any trades at 7 p.m. At that point, I was fixing up the Excel sheets. So I had some of the members on Discord trading back and forth, like Danny, Slug, a couple of the members like Culinary. And what I did was I personally bought, but I didn't buy. Does that make sense, everybody? Like, I bought in my head. Meaning, in my head, I was just like, all right, boom, I would have bought there. Now let me wait. Let's see if this idea plays out. Let's see if it hits that dotted line, messes with it, consolidates around it. Let's see if it gets above it and falls right on top of it. Like an equal reaction. And look what you do the second you get above that dotted line. You kind of do the same reaction you did below it, right? And then the one thing I want you to recognize is when you fell from this dotted line, did you hit this white line over here, everybody? And the answer is no, right? You stopped right before it. Well, I mean, just look at what the market just did when it fell down from up here. You see what I'm saying? It stopped right before it. So anything you see happen once is going to be the same thing that happens on the opposing side, depending on the bullishness and bearishness. And that's how I use these fractions. So last night, what I did was I got into a put right here because of this high. So it could have ran up higher. Was this the best put play? And the answer is no. The better put play, in all honesty, would have been the one next to it, as you can all tell. But yeah, from here to here, I made my $1,500 and I was done. One trade. No losses. No back and forth stuff. We weren't even down more than like $100 at one point. And yeah, that's pretty much it, everybody. So you wait for the market to get away from the fraction, and then you let it come down to it. Is it always going to do that? Well, everybody, the other day... Listen, the other day we bought calls up here, sold it here, bought calls here, and sold it here. If I held those calls down here, yes, that account would have been gone. It would have gotten obliterated because I wouldn't have had enough margin on that account to withstand this drop. So, yeah, it's kind of like with futures, because remember, this is futures. I'm showing you guys how I just took something that I taught from SPY, changed it up a little bit, and boom, it works for one of the most aggressive markets in the world. I hope that answers your question for, let me see, I can't see your name. For NQ on the YouTube, I hope that answers your question. Now, Prime, we didn't finish our conversation here. So, the first thing you got to do, step one, is understand that those gray areas, each trading style that you use, explain the gray area. So if I have two trading styles, watch this, right? Look at what happens to these gray areas. So let's go to a fresh chart. Let's use gold. So boom, we're gonna use gold right now. Let's use the other gold, not this one here. Actually, let's use the futures gold chart. Where is that? Futures. Not here. Right there. Let's steal this. Put this to the side over here. And then go to gold here. I should have my other chart pop up. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, so watch this. Don't pay attention to the stuff to the left. Just pay attention to everything to the right. And if you want, I'll move this stuff like this. So you can't see too much of it. Put that over there. Put that over there. Okay, so when I'm looking at the market like this, and I'm looking at yesterday's price action and then today's price action, and I'm trying to realistically trade gold, I'm looking at this, right, and I'm just like, I'm serious with you guys, by the way. This is literally what my brain does every time. You're not gonna like this. You know what my brain says? Shit, I don't know what to do. But then here's the funny part. Then when you start thinking about what you do know what to do, that's how you figure out what you should do. You work from what you do know. You fix what you can fix. Just like how the universe always says, you control what you can control. You know what I mean? So use what you know, which is King's Point. King's Point. King's Point basically means it's a point using highs and lows from the left side. That's it. So you have a King's Point a little bit above that, and then a little bit below it, and then the same thing with this one here. But guess what, everybody? If I copy these two circles and I put it like this, doesn't this circle right here match up with this one? Exactly. So I tend to not have duplicate. I tend to just have that one, and these are all your buying points. So if I'm trying to buy puts on gold, where you would buy puts is basically right below this high, or right above it. If it goes above it, like a little bit higher than this, you have to be careful, because what it could do now is do something like this above this green line. And you can hold. So basically, imagine like you buy puts like right here. And then the market runs up to here. But then it does this shit here. It just runs up to this King's Point, falls down to this King's Point, where now you break even, and then it runs up way higher. So, like, how do you know if the market's going to choose to go up higher? Again, that's a gray area. So what you would do is first King's Point. Let's get all these circles. So boom, we have a circle at the top. We have a circle at the bottom. And let's use these lows right here from last night. Right? Again, this is my favorite trading style that I've ever created. It's called King's Point. I want to create like an animation for this on Blender. You know what I mean? Like literally, imagine we could. Yo, that would be so badass. I never thought about that. Let's turn all the trading styles into characters. Wait a second. That's such a badass idea. But yeah, everybody. So if I'm trying to buy calls for gold, the only time I would buy calls is down here, and then down to here. So does this tell you which location is the correct location to buy from Prime? And the answer is not yet. It doesn't help you yet. It doesn't fill all the gray areas yet. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab these circles. I'm going to press Control C. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to make sure it's the same gold. Is it the same gold? I believe it's the same gold. And I'm going to paste this here because I want an empty chart. Okay, so this is an empty chart now. Boom. Okay, so now with this chart, boom. Now we have one trading style. We have 6 entries here now, right, Prime? So anything in the middle, you're basically not doing. So this trading style literally cuts out all the nonsense. That's what this trading style does. Now let's add another trading style. What's another trading style we can add? Well, let's think about this for a second. I'm on the 5 minute. Looks like you got a nice wedge to the bottom here. Just make a little wedge line. Put a line at the bottom. Again, you include after hours data with this. That's okay. And put that line right there. Excellent. What else can I include here? Well, kind of a line to the top side. So let's go ahead and draw that. And this is the way I incorporate all trading styles, Prime. I do it all a little differently. I don't just normally incorporate the same ones every time. But it just depends on what's going on with that company and that ticker. I tend to change it up just due to that. Okay, so now, boom. We have a downtrend. And then we have an uptrend. Now, my brain is just like, I'm kind of itchy. I see something. Do you guys see it too? I can't stop myself from not drawing it no more. Yes, you have a fraction box, right? You have the DARP. This is the other trading style that I was mentioning to you guys. This is the trading style that will change the world. It's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be over the course of a week. It's going to be over the course of a couple years of us compounding and getting to that level. You know what I mean? But I know this trading style is going to change the world because what happened here? After you fell from this top and this bottom, where did you run to? Specifically the midpoint, right? That's the red line. Okay, I have a question then. When you fell down, where did the gold fall down to? Well, let's chop up the box one more time instead of fractions. You guys know the deal here. Come on now. Okay, so when gold fell down from the midpoint, it fell down straight towards the quarter point. So wait a second. I have an idea. Prime, watch this. If gold goes above this midpoint, and the first thing you did after you touched that midpoint was fall down to the quarter point, wait a second. If I copy this up here, and the market goes above the midpoint, you're gonna run to that quarter point. Because that was the first thing you did when you hit the midline. Are you hitting the midline here, or right now? Are you hitting the bottom here, or before, right? It's like all the stuff you want to pay attention to. It's all doing it for a reason. So this does look like it's curving upwards here. It looks like you might have like a damn jump like somewhere up here like this, and then it yanks you back down, does something a little ridiculous, and then yanks you right back up again to go to that high, right? It's kind of like the left side of a mountain that's climbing, basically. And then on YouTube, you said, thank you for explaining it. You trade futures professionally, and you would love to pick my brain. You hope I had a blessed day. Thank you. I'm not too sure if you're a lady or a gentleman, so I'll just say thank you until I find out. But no, I appreciate it. Let me know whenever you need help. My Discord is linked through my Patreon. So what you guys could do is, before you guys give me $1, before you guys want to even pay to join this, check out the Discord, do the Patreon, and ask some questions. See if I have what you're looking for. Because I sometimes have people that are looking for just trades. They're not really trying to be taught. So, yeah, just make sure you really want to learn. I'm definitely going to stress you out, but I'm definitely going to turn you into the best in the world. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's go back to this chart here. I hope that little explanation helped, Prime. Literally, you cleared all the locations. So, when am I going to buy a put? Right here. When do I have all the smaller calls? Down here. Where are my fractions? Right here to the left. Where are my wedges? Right here. So if you fall down, boom, now this entry right here is just on the wedges. So we could change these circles right here and make them white. Sorry, I keep saying here. Oh my goodness. And then we'll change this circle to red. By the way, make sure you have a blessed day as well. Sometimes I I get lost in my own thoughts. But make sure you have a blessed day as well. All right, everybody. So boom, these two white circles, they're for the wedges. The red circle is for the fractions. The yellow circle is for King's Point. That's 3 different trading styles with 3 different groups of entries that they all show me to specifically buy at. The next thing I want to look at is, where are they all matching up? And the answer is right down here. You got the midpoint, right, with the wedge, with King's Point right below it, right there, that small little circle. So if I'm going to buy calls, I'm definitely going to buy right down here again. If I'm going to buy puts, what this tells me is if the market's compressing here, gold should be falling right now. Because remember, that's a bigger wedge line. If I create another wedge line from the past like 2 days, 3 days, the first thing you're going to see is that you're like right next to this other wedge from these highs. So if you do get below this, yes, it looks like you can crash here. But note how this is kind of like looking like it's curving here. It's kind of like you're doing the same thing over here. Think about that. You had this high, it listened to it here, and you broke above it. And then you started making a newer high. You're doing the same thing again. This is literally what Forex does. This was the reason why I lost a couple accounts in the beginning, was because I couldn't anticipate when it would do this. Like these large, massive run-ups, this is the pattern behind it. I kid you not. So this is, yeah, this is probably going to run up into the sky here. You said you might stress me out too, brother. And then you said, what did you say earlier? Equal reaction? Nah, hell yeah. That's how it works. Equal reaction. Equal reaction. Equal reaction. This whole entire universe, our whole entire reality is all an equal reaction. Cause and effect. Right? What is that damn word for science? Entropy and what is the other shit? I forgot. But not yet. That's all this universe is about. You can't just have something that disappears out of thin air. When that happens, when that occurs, it just means the visualization of that quantum particle is something that you are not at the level of witnessing yet. The quantum, to a certain extent, is very funny because recently we started discovering certain scientific like anomalies where it was kind of like something was there, but it wasn't there at the same time. Does that make sense? So it's like the ball was shooting in every direction, or the atom, whatever the hell they were shooting around, and when they were measuring it, you basically could get the exact route, path that said testing, thing that they were doing, whatever the hell it was called. Again, I forgot what it's called. But the point that I'm getting to with all this is that they've found that there's certain things that exist in this universe that unless certain elements, meaning unless you actually understand it, that's how you actually visualize it. It's like, what is it called? Let me search it up. I want to have you guys look this up here. What was the breakthrough? Who was it done by? It wasn't Microsoft. I think it was Google. Let me see. Let me think about what happened in the video first. So what happened in the video? What happened in the video was they realized that, some particles only exist when observed. Yes. The observer effect, yes. So they actually found out that this was real. And it's called a superposition. So before observation, a quantum particle can exist in multiple states at once at the same exact time. So theoretically, it's the same thing with past and present, right? A lot of people, they talk about having deja vu. Well, what most people don't believe and what most people don't understand is that the future and the past and the present is all the same, right? Again, everybody, I'm getting to something with this. The future, the past, and the present is all the same. It's all the same thing. Whether or not you accept it, that's your own conclusion that you have to draw yourself to, right? Maybe I'm drawing my own conclusions a little bit more aggressively than the average person, right? Maybe that's the case. But again, draw your own conclusion. Believe what you want to believe. Search it up and break it down. But when you guys actually search this up and you learn about it, I promise you, it'll change everything about stock trading. Because everything that exists in terms of the market is all an equal reaction. I couldn't believe it. Like everything the market is doing right now, I promise you, if we just break stuff down a little bit here, we could literally figure out that if you fell to this location down here, something would have told you to buy to then get sent up to here. So if your brain starts thinking like that, it's very crazy, but you can actually start executing on the quantum. Does that make sense, everybody? That's why I wanted to bring all that up. It's because your brain starts executing on the quantum. Again, what did I just say? Don't let that go over your head. What I just said was, for you to fall to this bottom, something told you that. For you to run to where you're currently at, something told you that before it happened. Find it. Just like that. Find it. And don't give up until you find it. That's literally all I would do. You done for the day, Hoover? There we go, bro. There we go, brother. $1,700 right there. Excellent. So remember, don't trade no more. The universe, because you just said that, if you trade again, make sure it's only $200, $300. You don't want to lose too much capital here. Excellent gains. And Hoover, make sure you take out some capital for yourself.
25% religiously, you know what I'm saying?
Excellent. You been taking out money for yourself?
I have not taken out a dime yet. How much should I take out today? I gotta pay my credit card bill.
All right.
My girl, it's my shorty's birthday.
Anything else? Credit card bill, shorty's birthday. What else?
Pretty much it. I really want to save up, get a new car, get my own place, you know? I don't want to go too crazy.
So the first thing I would tell you is the number that you're currently at. Well, first of all, everybody, I think it's about time. Coover, you want me to bring it up? I don't want this to be like a shifting tide.
Go for it.
Because if you're not ready, you know, it might happen. But
Born
this
ready.
man right here lost every single dime he had. Over the course of the last 3 weeks, he has made everything back and more. And now he's making 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a day. You guys understand how happy that makes me? Especially that I know him in person. When all my friends and everybody else around me, everybody just turned a blind eye and just ran away and they just went to go suffer in their holes. It made me feel like I'm on top of the world, honestly. That's one brother down. Now we got to go for the next one. That's how I think. And the fact that I have one brother down and he got this done, made everything back. Again, that shows that he's ready. It's time. God's going to give you what you deserve. He's always going to do it. So it's definitely time for you. Make sure you don't lose it. He went from 2K to 40K within like 3 weeks. And you're probably at like 50K right now. Where you at right now? 50, 60?
Today, including today, should be at like 46,000.
That's still impressive, brother. You're taking it even slower, and I love that.
Yeah, no, bro. Consistency really just like I get it. You know, you get these feelings. You're like, oh, green, 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 red, 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 and you want to just throw it all in, just nibble at it day by day. You know what I'm saying? Keep the same energy, keep the same consistency, the same game plan.
Correct.
No rush. There's no rush. If you're doing it the right way, it's gonna add up.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks that this game is just you put in $1,000, you walk out with 10. It's not all the time, bro.
Nope.
But $500 a day for 2 months, dude.
Yeah, because most
That's
people
it.
they get it twisted. They don't understand that it's not about being perfect. Like me getting a perfect score on the futures is not because that's the main goal. It's because you want to be able to just snag a little bit of something all the time. And when it comes to what you're doing and how you're grabbing that profit, you said 25%, which was very important. I want everybody to pay attention to that. As long as you remain strict on yourself and you don't let yourself get out of hand, yeah, I could see you being at, by the end of the year, and this is going to answer how much I think you should take out right now. By the end of the year, I could see you being at like $250,000 at least, minimum. Like minimum. With the amount you're making right now, 2,000 a day, how much days are left for the end of the year? Like 20 days. So if we go 20 times 2,000, that's 40K right there. So the one thing I want you to understand is you have to compound that. That just because I multiplied it like that doesn't mean that's the actual figures. It's going to be more than that. It's going to be about 80 to like 70, you could say. And if you include the last days of the month, because we have actually about 30 days before the end of the year. So you have about like 25 trading days, 27 trading days. If you include all of that, with what you're going to learn and how it's going to compound in it itself, yeah, you should be at, no problem, 150 to $250,000. No problem, like minimum. There we go, chills. Shout out to Hoover. Come on now. Again, I want you guys
for a long time.
I want you guys to realize that I love every single one of y'all. The other day when I saw you guys going at it with each other, I didn't say nothing because I wanted you guys to handle it. And the fact that Chills just said that right there, it means everything, Chills. It really means everything to me. Because again,
No, yeah, I didn't
we're
mean
not
anything
enemies
by
here.
that, you know, with Chills and everything. I know that he's probably on the YouTube right now. I like again, I say that
Yeah.
whatever was said was only because he probably thought I was somebody else on the YouTube and not on the Discord.
You know, things happen, brother. Things happen. Sometimes people have, you know, different presumptions of who people are. And like you said, sometimes it's as simple as a misunderstanding, you know? But regardless of what it is, I'm not letting nothing like that take us apart. We're not being broken apart by nothing. That's not how this is going to work here. Unless people are really trying to just do stuff out of spite to each other. Because then, of course, that person could do that to the group or anybody else, and that's not the energy we want here. We don't want damaging and chaotic people. We want people that could build, people who could say they're wrong, people who could lose it all. Like, don't remember, I can't believe that those days in December were like that. The days that I lost the most money, you know what's crazy? When I posted everything and I had the whole group there, I felt everybody feeling for me. Like, I could literally feel that everybody was just like, don't worry, like, don't be down. Imagine a leader hearing that the people that he's leading are telling him, don't be down. You got this. Come on now. Like, what are you doing? I immediately slap myself awake, pour cold water on my face, and get to action. That's it. You know what I mean? Not because they're less than or something, no. But because I'm in a role where I can lead and I can teach, but yet I was taken down by something. So it's just like fixing those inconsistencies will allow you to become the greatest version of you, you know? That's it. So again, I really appreciate every single one of you guys. Make sure you understand that. This is a big old family.
We appreciate you more, brother. Shit, you know, I was thinking shit on Thanksgiving, everybody turn their camera and we eating something. I think that would be fucking hilarious.
I want to have like movie nights and shit like that, but with Discord and the way everything is, it's like I literally had to build this all myself. So what I'm thinking about doing is somehow seeing if I can get some type of. I mean, I don't know. I want to build a media company like Netflix, but so that we can share with like a whole group of people. Even if I had to pay a higher price for whatever movie and TV show it is, I want to have a system where you guys could hop on the Discord and there's like a whole entire, you know what I mean? Like category of TV shows or movies you could watch, or I don't know, stuff that we made that we posted there. Hell yeah, chills. Come on now. So again, Hoover, how much you should take out right now? Well, your girl's definitely gonna want to eat something, so you gotta take out to a restaurant. That's at least gonna be 200-300, right? So let's just get the numbers down. 200-300. If you go to the city, let's just say that's like another 100 tolls, gas, parking. So that's 400 right there. If you need to buy yourself some clothes, say that again.
You said 200-300 to go to a restaurant?
Yeah. Don't tell me I'm bugging.
Didn't you say it's her birthday?
Yeah.
Bro, you ain't trying to get that man nothing tonight, huh?
What you mean? You don't go to a restaurant?
200? That's
What?
like, that's appetizers and drinks, bro.
Oh no, y'all bugging. I don't know what y'all be eating.
Yeah.
No fucking restaurant I be going to be costing more than 200. That should be like 80. I went to a crazy ass
Yeah.
high class Japanese like restaurant in the city, and shit, I paid 160, and it was unlimited, like 5-star wagyu.
We'll reach that bridge when we get there. Shit, she'll be good with some carmine. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, shit, I don't know. That's this. I'm
Let's go.
talking about. This is what I would do. This is literally what I would do. If this is my wife or this is somebody who I'm marrying, shit. Definitely
John said
restaurant,
KFC
and
works.
then
That's
probably get you
crazy.
one gift.
Yeah, but you
and
see, shit, you
call it a day.
introduce them to all that fine dining and shit. Next birthday come around, she gonna want you to spend another 600-700.
So
I mean, okay, let me ask you this, though. How long you been with her?
We've been together a while now, but I'm not even trying to like do long term with her.
Hoover,
no
you know how
more.
that sounds. Don't
Oh,
say
I
it
would
like
say,
that.
I would say like
Alright,
seven,
so
seven
John shit
years.
is what I'm pointing.
7 years, but I got I got shit lined up when I get back home.
You see what I'm saying? Come on, Hoover.
I got you there. I mean, you could just fuck that in my head.
But yo, it ain't nothing to show somebody the best time of their life. You know what I'm saying? While we alive, while we here, it's just a blessing that we all here at the same time in this experience. So the best thing I could do is show her something that she ain't never seen before, and be able to,
John
express,
said KFC
my
works.
express my gratitude, for her putting up with my bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, brother. That's all I
Yeah.
mean. Restaurant, not too crazy. If you want to do that, just get her a little something, some type of clothes or some shit that she needs.
Yeah, yo, John Fish said KFC works.
Nah, yeah. But listen, like, you guys must understand, like, the people you're gonna become, the amount of capital you're gonna have, and I'm not saying just because you make more money, just go blast it on women. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if you find that there is one that hasn't done you wrong, and you've been with them for a couple years, it wouldn't hurt just to have somebody share a little smile with you. That's how I think it. But then again, I was in relationships for half my life where I didn't even like this person, and I would just do stuff for them.
I'm trying to get my passport. I'm out.
Shit. You said culinary got you dying, Chills? Nah, shit, nah, yeah.
Passport bros, here we come.
But shit, in the beginning, like the first date, I ain't doing that. Yo, I still find that so funny that I hope she doesn't see this, but I had somebody come from a different state and take a train to see me
That's crazy.
to prove themselves.
Hey, those be the
It feels
ones
like
you gotta
this
watch
sometimes.
out for. If they willing to travel, man,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you might have an issue.
Yo,
Got a
John,
damn
chill out.
stalker on you.
John is wilding right now, yo.
What he said? He said, "I gotta go see my chubby Philippine." Is that why you go over there?
We gotta take John to Japan.
He has an alternative life. He has a whole family over there. John speaks. He speaks perfect Filipino. Imagine. Oh man, that'll be hilarious, bro. You have a wife? Imagine.
The only 5 words that count, right?
Oh my goodness. All right, let's take a look at Spy. I don't even know where this shit's at.
This
All right,
shit
everybody,
above
you're
the
at number
6.
7. You're at the put level. Let's get some puts. Oh my god, I forgot to sell Intel. Whoops. We're going to sell this now. We're up 80% now. 1,820 with 10 cents. All right, Intel's gone. Our SPY 680 calls that expired December 19th are up 41%. Our SPY 690s are up 40%. Our SPY 720s are up 20%. Our SPY 715s are up 10%. And then the 740s that expire in January, the calls that we paid $37 for and we bought 15 of them, they're break even right now. The put that we bought on Friday for today for SPY is currently down, so we're down about $160 on puts. But the one thing I want you guys to recognize is that before the end of the day on Friday, we played one more call play. And if I go ahead and show you what happened at the end of the day on Friday, when we ended up playing that call play, we ended up playing calls, where was it? We played the puts here, then we played the calls. Oh yeah, we played the calls right around here. So right around this low, by the time you yanked up to the top, we sold out for a nice $100 win. It might have been puts. It was either puts or calls. Because I know we got into an entry here, and I know we got into another entry here. And we made around $100. So that means the puts, we only paid $60 for because we made $100 back the same day before today opened up. So with the Incel trade, obviously we already made that money back, but we're not going to count that. We're going to count another SPY trade. So anything we have on the board does not count in terms of those puts we bought. That's currently the loss we had to fix right now, which again, just $56. Actually, no, if you count 4, it's $60 in total. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and trade. Again, we're buying puts on SPY here. The puts that I'm going to be buying are puts for 667. Again, everybody, I'm getting a 667 strike. These options currently cost around $80. We're going to start by buying 10 of them off the rip. We could get 30 off the rip because of the extra capital we made last week, but we're just going to do this a little slowly.
All right, Sal, a quick question. Can you give us a
What's up?
quick little tutorial on when you're looking at a contract, right? And it shows you the open interest. Say they have 300 contracts open interest, and then the volume sitting at 9,000, right? Mm-hmm. I know that you say to pay attention to the IB and the open interest, but as far as open interest goes, what does that mean? People are looking at those contracts, or what?
So open interest basically depicts the people who bought the contracts from Friday, and they're holding it overnight from Friday to today. It updates in the morning. So
okay,
what you want to do is you want to bring up the open interest, and you want to take a look at where the most open interest is at. because that's the easiest way for you to get out those contracts. Like if there's more volume, it's easier to get out. It's, you know, easier to kind of just take a little piece of the pie.
Gotcha.
Now you don't have to buy a contract that has a lot of open interest. It's not necessary, but it shows you where big money is and what they're thinking. And if you could see what they're thinking, or a large player, you could see theoretically what they're trying to do with their insurance. So like, where are they going to cut it? Where are they going to play the opposing side? Why are they holding long right now when the market's tanking out the sky? So it's like, you want to look at all these factors, scan both sides of the options board, compare the calls and the puts, see if the open interest is the same. And after you're done with all that, right, you just wait for tomorrow morning and see if the open interest changes. That's it. And then tomorrow morning,
Nice.
you'll be able to be like, all right, this guy had 70,000 options, but Intel did not move. The next day, there's only 30,000 open interest. So you're going to be able to see that he cut because maybe he's worried. Maybe they think the market's going to do something, you know, completely opposite to what's currently doing. So it's kind of like a what if scenario. It doesn't really precisely tell you. And that's the reason why I don't really teach open interest, is because it's a useful tool, definitely. But at the same time, it could be used to lie to you. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yep, definitely. I can see that.
It could be used to trap people, because you might be like, all right, damn, the call's got 60,000 open interest. And you can't find the one put that has like 400,000 open interest. So, yeah, you always want to track that stuff down. But again, you don't pay attention to it. It's unnecessary. Unless you're trying to...
It's just like an extra little, like, you know, if you could understand it and can correlate it to how the market's moving, because that's the best part, you know, having your charts and then being able to look at, all right, I see that it's doing this, the volume's here. You know, open interest is just like another like gamma, theta, RHO kind of thing to, you know, throw it in there. All right, yeah, you know, it's an extra indicator on a contract, you know, some insight on what you're buying and what everybody else is thinking, like you said.
Literally, 100%. And I like how you just said that, because it's exactly like how you just said it. It depends on what's currently going on. That's how you would use it.
Mm-hmm.
So like at 680, because I know on the monthly scale, because remember, I finished all these charts last year, so I already know where the market's going to want to run for the next 3 years, just due to the previous patterns. And the other day, we had told everybody that at the bottom here, this is where you want to be buying 1 to 12-month calls. And I want you guys to take a look at this. Every single time you've fallen into this range, every single time without fail, you've held. That's why it's so easy to trade, you know? You just buy a 5-day down here, buy a 30-day, call it a day, let it run up like how it is right now, let it run up to the quarter point, which is going to be right about here. It looks like there's some price action that wants to get fulfilled here. How do I know? Wedge line at the top, boom. Looks like you're going to do something in here later on.
Yeah, that's crazy that you could just see it like that. And I can literally picture it the way you're saying it right now too.
Yeah, that's why like, again, this is not to go off topic here, but that right there is what makes me the happiest. You know that? The fact that I could finally see that. Because in the beginning, I never could see that stuff. I was always like, oh my God, what do I do? And now, the second I look at a chart, it's just like boom, 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 boom. It's like, what's next? All right, then what's next? Then what's next? It's like it doesn't stop. It's so crazy, but yeah, I want you guys to get to that same point. Like, visualize stuff without drawing nothing. Like, just look at it like this. Draw the lines with your eyes. Like, there's another nice line that goes through here. Oh, yeah, wait, let me draw that real quick. Wait a second. Because that could be where I already drew it. But then again, I want to bring it down. Where the hell is this line going? Why is that line going so far right? What is this? Why can't I... Oh, it's locked. Wait, lock that. What is this? Okay, there you go. Okay, so I would touch the line of this drop here. See that big ass drop right there? Look at that. Look at how nice that looks. And then if I go ahead and turn off this line, let's turn that off. And then let's just bring it to the right ourselves. I don't like extending the lines, honestly. I hate doing that. I like fixing it myself for some reason. I don't know why. But then watch this, right? Take the same trading line, trading style. Again, this is something I don't teach you guys, but this is how easy it is to really chart. So you take that bottom line, the bottom trajectory, a line from here to here, put it at the top from here to here, and look at all the price action that you get. So yes, when we get up to this point here, 1000% we're getting puts around this area. But to ensure we're not just taking a large loss for no reason, this is what I'm going to have you guys do. Watch this. We're going to let it run up here, let it get near the line, and let it fall. Just let it fall. See if it happens. We're then going to buy calls down here and try to see if we could play that area that we want to play puts from, but I want to play calls going into it. So it's a little bit more advanced in terms of a trading style or trading this way, but it's definitely pretty easy, not too difficult. And do you guys see now what I was talking about before with like the market bowling up? Like it's kind of like a bowl at the bottom. So it's like you can have these crazy jumps. It's like fish jumping out of water, pretty much. That's what this area is like right now. And then on the right side, it's kind of like now you're like a beached whale. Imagine it like that. So this is like the deep ocean here. This is where all the dramatic moves happen. This is where something could come out of nowhere and, you know, just remove the floor from you and pretty much take you out. And it's also the same point in which you could basically be at the bottom of the floor. It might not be deeper. You might be going to the surface. And once you're at the surface, you might jump like a fish going into the sky. But the faster you go to the surface, the faster you run up, the harder you're going to come down. So, in any market, you want slow moves. Like this, what's occurring right now, everybody, I swear to you guys, this was such a perfect midpoint. Just wait till we go to 740, and then we can look at this price action as if it's like a month in the past. And I want to show you guys how we predicted the market going from down here to all the way up here. So it's going to be so cool. That's one of the reasons why I haven't made a new video, is because the last video I made was when we bought down here with everybody at 480. And then we told everybody the market's going to run up to 740 in April. And we're just still waiting for it pretty much. We hit the midpoint though. So we hit the midpoint, right? The midpoint is this right here. That's the middle point. When's the last midpoint? Last midpoint was over here, 550. So if you're trying to compare, again, look at how easy this is. Look at the current price action. Hoover, we're stuck in this box here. So if I'm trying to figure out what the hell can happen here, I'm going to figure out what box is the same from history, which is this one down here. Then I'm going to undo it, and then I'm going to go down here. And let me see what happened when you first ran into it. So when you first ran into it, you went to the middle point, you got sold off. Okay, this was all garbage here. So this is terrible price action. Definitely have some puts on the 0 days where we could have made money here. And then you run up to here, and then you fall down. Okay, now you hit the bottom of the box. That's pretty nice. Then you run below everything. You get stuck in the buying area, which is the green zone. So again, watch this. Please pay attention to this. Last time in 2024, when you fell in the middle of the summer, the reason why you fell was because you were falling from the midpoint. I swear to you guys, I kid you not. That's it. So at the top, when we bought puts, we ended up buying puts up here. And we told everybody the market's going to fall down to the midpoint of where you fell from, which is this box here.
And if you guys look at that midpoint, let me make it bigger so you could tell. And I'm going to make it golden. Actually, I'm going to make it red. No, actually, no, this is standout. We'll make it golden. So do you guys see that golden midpoint right there where it says add text? This one right here. Look at how close we were to predicting that. We weren't perfect with it. It stopped at 537, and I said it was going to stop at 536 to 538. So I gave you a range instead of giving you 1 point. And then we bought down here. We bought at the midpoint. We played perfectly on the way right back up to the top. We then sold it, waited, and started playing from here. We let you go up again, bought puts up here, sold the 5 days, waited for you to go down here, bought the 20-day contracts because FOMC was right here. You ended up launching up to the sky. We sold it. You fell down again. This is the first time I ever publicly posted for free for everybody. And I told everybody, I told the whole world, I said, everybody, get in. Calls. That's what I said. Now, the reason why I did that was because look at these lows. Let me hide everything. Look at this and look at this. They're both the same shit. That's how I knew how to buy. That's what I was waiting for today. You get a large move down first. Then a couple days later, you go down a little bit more. And then you yank up. That's why today I don't want to buy right now. I really want this thing to drop. If this thing could drop to a new low, right? Because look at this right here. You dropped down, yanked up a tiny bit, then you went down lower, which is proper. It's just, here's the thing. Since you went down that much in 1 day, now we're looking for another day where you're down here. Just because of how fast this one candle was. But in the meantime, we did buy calls right here at the bottom. So we're up massively, of course. But I do want this market to fall. If it could fall here, and we could buy more for the upside, this is going to be amazing. Remember, the first level you're going to want to take out without me having anything on the screen. All of you just looking at it like this. First level is going to be right up here. That's the major level. This shit right here in the middle has no significance. The only significance it has is that it fell from 634 or 674. That's the only significance it has. It fell right around that psychological number. And then up here, what number did you fall from? A 9. How about here? Another 5 to 4. So all the highs are pretty much the same thing so far. Which means if I'm going to buy puts, the next level I'm going to buy puts at is going to be 704 or 696. And again, the only reason why I would do that is because of what highs you're hitting here. So this is a whole different trading style with nothing on the screen. That's what my brain's coming to the conclusion of. And then if I zoom out here and we compare this price action with 2024, because remember 2024 you got above the midpoint then fell down through it. So we're in a similar situation right here. Right, everybody? You got above the midpoint, then you went right through it. But last time when you fell through it, you hit the green down here, as you could tell. Like, pay attention to this, where my cursor is, and then pay attention to right here. Right? Actually, you know what I could do? Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. That's going to make it look ugly. But yeah, so look at down here. You fell from the line that was almost orange, right? So you almost fell from the orange area, and then you fell down to the green. This time, what happened? You didn't get to the green. You basically missed it by like $1 or $2. But does that count, everybody? Did we predict the market falling from here? In all honesty, yes, we did. The reason why I say yes, we did was 1, because we entered into puts that were weekly. 2, because we knew the market could collapse from here. And 3, because this is the exact same shit it did in 2024, as you all just saw. So whenever you guys see me tell you guys to buy and sell something, it's not because I'm just randomly telling you. It's because that's what happened last time. And then the last time before that. And then the last time before that. I'm only going to give you guys highly probable setups. And with those highly probable setups, we're going to have the other random stuff in between. By the way, Prime, how was that explanation earlier? Let me know how it was. You said 1 at a time, exactly, with the notes and the trading styles. And then when you add the trading styles, they basically kill all the gray areas, so you don't have to buy into those random areas no more. And then when to sell, best times to buy, exactly. Because remember, the best time to buy anything is going to be beginning of the day, middle, and the end. That's it. Same thing with selling. If it's 7 to 14 days out, beginning, middle, and end. Don't buy at 11. Or no, don't buy at like 10:30. You could buy at 11 because 11 is kind of like the midpoint. You usually tend to peak or hit a bottom by like 11 or 12. But then you don't want to buy from 1. So 11 to 12, or no. 10 to 11, you don't buy. And then 12 to 2, you don't buy. So that's 3 hours that you cannot buy. The other 3 you could buy. That's pretty much how I would look at it. And then that's for a 7 to 14 day. If you're going with a 0 day, I would not be averaging down on a 0 day. Like, let's say if I bought something at 10, I wouldn't be averaging down past 12 or 1. At that point, I'm usually buying into a new contract to cover my losses, in case things go wrong. Because 0 days, you know how 0 days are, everybody. Come on now. It's like a damn casino. The way those contract values move, sometimes you'll guess the right direction, you'll guess the upside, but where's the market going? In terms of the value of these contracts, the complete opposite way. So it's like 0 days are very unforgiving. Meaning, don't get mad when you take a loss, just get better. But don't get mad, nor feel like this is actually a loss. Because a 0 day loss is not going to be the same thing as a 5 day loss. It is going to be more unforgiving, though. More brutal with the 0 days. But, yeah. So, everybody, when the market runs up to this 1 to 12 month put area, when you fell from it already, first of all, how much does this say you're going to fall? $40 to $80. And how much did you drop right here? $6.89 straight down to $6.49. At this point, I'm scratching my head because how the fuck did we predict that? Listen, I have nothing. I don't even know what to say right now. That's ridiculous. Because again, that's not what you did last year. Remember, last year you went a little bit higher. But think about that for a second. The market did something different than how it did in 2024 and in 2021. And we predicted it as it was deviating and changing? That's like me being in the sky and thinking I'm dreaming and I'm actually flying. That's literally how that makes me feel. Like, I literally feel like I'm floating right now. Like, that's ridiculous. I couldn't believe that. When you did that the other day, I was wanting it to do something more ridiculous. But how do you do just 40 correctly on the dot? Like, what do you even say to that? And then Prime, you said it makes sense. The only question you would have is the frequency in which you would buy an entry. So there are some entries that are one time only. Exactly, yep. Some that are multiple time entries. And then the yearly, exactly, yep. But the one thing you have to ask yourself, Prime, is do you have these monthly boxes? You know what's crazy? You guys know what you're looking at right now, right? You're looking at this right here. It's just on steroids. The same boxes and fractions that I teach you guys right now, I created it last year, and I basically did this. And then I created a simpler version, which you guys liked better. I just don't like using the simple one because there's no room for improvement here. Why is there no room for improvement? Because for some reason, this shit is working better than anything. And it makes me upset because now I'm just like, damn, I can't level up no more. Like, what the hell? So, yeah, we're not using this no more because this is going to hold us back now. We're just going to use harder trading styles, and we're going to find out new trading styles and incorporate those because those are going to be able to teach us and make us level up. Because, again, the only thing I care about is, like, leveling up. I told you, I used to just play games when I was younger. I just level up. That's it. That's the only thing I do. That's the only thing I care about. Regardless of how I do it, as long as it's ethical, right? As long as there is meaning, which is these charts, there's definitely meaning here. I had my thoughts, I had my ideas. It wasn't just random. Boom. Move on to the next thing. But yeah, isn't this crazy that this shit is also working? And you've fallen down to like King's Point circles perfectly. So what I basically did here was I predicted a King's Point circle happening before it even happened. That's basically what just occurred. So it's like basically predicting the market would fall from an area before it fell from that area 6 months before or 12 months before. And again, I'm not stating that to be like, oh my God, look at me, wow. I'm stating that because now since we know that that was the conclusion of said test, we could definitely probably predict stuff 2 to 4 years in the future now, almost perfectly. Almost perfectly, ladies and gentlemen. What's good, Will? He said, hit you up when you can. I bet. I might need you to text me on my phone. Because I don't think I have your number. Unless you want to just message me on Discord. By the way, what put did we bought earlier? I completely forgot we're on the puts. Okay, so it's a 667. Let's go ahead and draw this. 667. This is puts. Go is X amount. We bought 10 contracts. All right, let's send this to everybody. And then I want to post the Intel trade. That's 80%. Actually, no, I don't want to post it like that. Let's delete it. I want to reply to my other message when I actually told you guys to get into it, which was... When the hell did I tell you guys to buy this? What in the world? Oh, it was the bottom, wasn't it? It was on Thursday. Where's Thursday? We bought this on the 13th. What's today's date? Damn. I thought we bought this sooner. When was the 13th? The 13th was on Thursday of like last week. So those contracts were expiring this week, right? The 14th of the... No, that's Tesla. Intel puts 34 strike. Wait, no, this is puts for Intel. I just got your text right now, Will. Again, if you guys need to have one-on-one time with me today, our schedule is going to be a little bit more packed since I already finished the challenges here. Since I finished outline. So we're going to start putting a little bit more time into one-on-ones just to make sure everybody's on the same page. Because big things are about to happen. Big things are about to happen. Just like I told you guys last night, I feel really weird. Like, really weird. And usually that only happens when something crazy is going to occur.
Is it a tingly sensation?
Yeah, it's like the feeling of unlimitedness that I came across when I first figured out how to actively trade consistently.
So you feel it?
Again, for some reason.
Feeling. Oh, yeah.
It's been 4 years. Trust me.
That is a great feeling, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but even right now as I'm talking about it, just goosebumps.
Yep. I know that feeling. There we go, Slugo. Slugo's feeling it.
Oh, hell yeah, especially with that gif. That shit was so funny.
Nah, that was a great movie, by the way. I love that fucking movie.
That right there is one of my goals. I want to create a better Wolf of Wall Street. Not saying that it wasn't good, because that shit was amazing. But I could make something better. I could actually show you guys how to do this legally and make this thing a movie. I'm telling y'all. Just you wait. The second I get my hands on some extra capital, couple million, it's over.
We're starting everybody's business. We're getting everything off the ground. And again, not just from giving people money. I want to, like I said, hold and open nonprofits. I want to do so many things where I can actually help you guys and level you guys up. Why? Because that's the only thing that's meaningful in this universe. It's not helping myself. It's being there together with you guys. Come on now. I know. Corny and dramatic, but at the end of the day, everybody, it's simple, sweet. You know, I just realized, when did I buy this Intel contract? What? Intel was bought on 11/20 towards the afternoon. Oh no, we first bought it over here. 11/20. Let me go to the Discord. I don't think I posted this. That's my bad, everybody. I know we talked about it live, but yeah, that's not good. That can't happen again. I apologize for that. That's my fault. Oh man. Am I sure I didn't post it? Let me see. Come on. Yeah, I didn't post it. Damn. Oh man. It's okay. It's whatever. Okay, Prime, you said you copied yearly DARP number 2, but for the monthlies, you do not think that I do not think I have that. Wait. You just broke my brain. But how do you break down the yearly and identify the same thing? So how do you play the weekly boxes? Fractions, right? 1/4 points, 1/8 points. That's it. Same thing. Like all these points here are 1/4 points and 1/8 points. It's just the way I did it for this chart was in a way that you guys have never seen before. It was like, when I do it like this, to me it looks even, right? It's like all nice and neat and cool. The points that I used were regular points, 740, 480, the simple stuff, the basic stuff, the stuff that I know the market's going to want to touch. And then the stuff that I don't know the market's going to touch, like the random little inconsistencies, I get that with this chart. And the way I got that was by looking at 2020 when it did the same thing. Because remember, this box was from 2020. That box right there that I just showed you is the same thing as this green box right here, which was the second low of 2020. And then you're at the top of the box, which was, you know, the high of 2022. I then took that box and I was like, wait a second. Why does it look like you ran up to the midpoint and fell down? I was like, let's use it for let's back test it first, basically. So that's what I wanted to do first. So let's put this at the top and then go to the left. And the first thing you're going to recognize is it's the one thing that could have caught the 08 crisis. So in 08, the trend that you listened to was this box. Let me zoom out so I can show you guys. Okay, as you could tell, right? You see 08? Then look at the top of up here. Then you fell down to the midpoint, ran up to here, fell down to the midpoint, ran up to here, fell down to the midpoint, ran up to up here, which is 740. And where are you going to go? Down to the midpoint, everybody. Same shit over and over again. But Prime, these areas are just the fractions, just your weekly boxes. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the way I teach you how to trade this on the weekly and the daily. Sorry, I'm getting too excited. Let me calm down. The way I teach you how to trade this on the weekly and the daily is the same way you trade it on the yearly. It's not much different. The only thing that's different is there's less gray areas. That's pretty much it. And then that's also how we drew these circles here. Like the next circles you're going to drop from. All I did was just copy that range, right? Anyways, let's go back. Looks like the SPY is running up to this nice little wedge we created. And Prime, let me know if I answered your question there. I want to make sure that we can get past this. Oh, I just realized those puts, we were down on them. They came back our way. We're not even paying attention to this. What is even happening here? Yeah, I love using these reversal points. It's like you don't even got to use your brain no more. The move hasn't even occurred yet. It still looks like you're going to go lower to number 5. Just like Friday. And you might go lower to number 4 or to number 3. But you might hold on top of this box. However, everybody, we finally did it. What did I tell you I was waiting for? The next CS zone. Let's go ahead and draw it. Why are all these boxes different? And then let's go to the top of the green and the bottom of the red. Because again, that's a green candle and the next candle is red, which means top of the green, bottom of the red. Very tiny zone. First thing I want to ask you is it... Oh my god, this midpoint. Like, what are you doing? This shit's so bright. By the way, when I talk like that, I want you guys to understand it. I'm just playing around. I'm not actually getting frustrated. I started noticing that, yeah, I think I'm a little too chaotic sometimes. Gotta bring it down a notch. Because then people think you're emotional and people join up and they're just like, oh, look, another emotional trader. Not saying it matters what they think, but you want to make sure you're giving the world a good presentation of who you are. You know, first appearances matter. Your first presentation of yourself and how you talk and how you speak and how you trade, all that really does matter. So it's like, I could be chaotic and I could be myself, but not right now. When we're on our trips and we're not live. Let's go ahead and bring all this down. Again, we're bringing all these lines down to a low level of thickness so that we can actually see what's going on with the chart. I think that looks good here. And let's bring up the opacity a little bit. Next thing I want to do is we're going to grab both these boxes. And then we're going to change the interior of it to white so we can see what's going on. Boom. Excellent. Now I can see much better. Okay, so boom, everybody. I drew this before the market ran up here and created the CS zone. And what I told everybody was, I'm trying to predict the market creating a new CS zone. I want to show you guys that yesterday I discovered something new. And today's kind of like the first testing of it, you could say. Now, one of the craziest realities that I ever have been bestowed upon with is the reality that when you learn something and you fix that mistake, it's a superpower. It becomes your way of always getting out of any situation. Truly an adaptable animal. And did the market listen to the white line that I had drawn? Well, everybody, let's go check it. So when you were down here at number 4, I told everybody you're going to run up to number 5 and potentially fall below it. What did the market do? You fell from above it and you held on the same low that I thought you were going to fall to. We predicted that that would be the middle of a CS zone and we were correct. However, we could have went a little bit further with this top here. So that's going to be a change we have for tomorrow. I'm going to write that down in my notes. And then boom, we're going to make sure we do that tomorrow. Now, did the second entry that I told everybody to play puts from, did it work? And the answer, everybody, is 2 times. Yes. This is the second time. And right now we're up 22%, $190. So we made back all of our losses from the puts, just like that. The next thing I want to do here is put my stop loss. And then the second you hit that blue line, you want to automatically stop out if you're not going to stop out here, which is at 20%. Okay. So again, we're waiting for number 5. If it runs up again, we're going to buy more puts at number 7 and number 8. And then we're going to try to see if we could play another drop going right back down to the same low, if not a lower low. We just got to be careful, just in case the market wants to run up to like number 8 or 12 to the upside, right? Anybody have any questions here? Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Also, what I want to do here, real quick, is I want to, let's see, let's go here. We got a $4 account. Let's get shaking and baking. See what we can do with this. Are there any options for $4 right now? Okay, you fell. You ran it from 662 all the way up to 668. Let's check the calls real quick. 672 calls. How much were you at in the morning? In the morning you were at $4 and then it ran to 17. Right now you're at 7. This is for a call, right? For 672. Yep. So 672 call. Where are you currently at? 667. So it's losing value as it's running up here. It's kind of like, you guys know when like the RSI is diverging. A lot of people know that, like about that idea. That's basically how you should look at momentum. Momentum diverges from itself. So you could start seeing the second people are buying the opposite side in terms of how the market's just reacting. Like, what reversal points is it running to? Where is it falling down to? It explains what's happening on the weekly and the monthly. You know what I mean? It's just you got to be very cognizant of it. You got to pay attention. You got to look, but take notes. You can't look, but not really be looking, if that makes sense. Just like how you can hear somebody, but you don't really pay attention to what they're saying. You know what I mean? Sometimes it happens. So just make sure everything, like your ears are like a damn superhero. You know what I mean? You can hear stuff from across the planet. Just think about it like that. And don't get too excited. Have fun, but don't get too excited. Because before you even know it, you're walking down the street with some nice groceries you bought from yourself with the profit. And SPY just kidnaps you, pretty much. Yeah, you don't want that to happen. I'm telling you. So again, don't be overconfident. Don't swing. Don't put too much money in the market. Take a step back. Breathe. Make money. Take a step back. Make money. Take a step back. And then make sure you take money out. Hoover, take out around 500 to 1,000, by the way. I forgot to tell you that earlier. 500
I was
to
thinking
1,000.
more like 7K.
7K? No, hell yeah. Yeah, feed your pockets
I'll do
for
it
like
right now.
3
I'll
months,
do it right
6
now.
months.
I'm gonna post it in the chat.
Excellent, brother. That right there is kind of like, it cements it. You know what I mean? In my opinion, in my books at least, that's what cements a trader being capable and a trader turning into professional. Is can they withdraw? So I appreciate that, brother. For anybody else who would like to post their trades or their growth, again, don't be afraid. The second you start posting your trades and the second you start holding yourself accountable in front of the whole group, that's the second you actually start really growing and learning. Truly. I kid you not. The answer is right in front of you of how to actually get to the next level quickly. Just be wrong. That's it. Be the most wrongest person possible in terms of entries or ideas. And then there's going to be a shift that occurs. And then you're going to be the most right person out of anybody. More right than me. 100%. It's just take time. Take some time. Okay, so boom, Hoover, you're good now. You're straight. The next person we got to work on is Andode. I want to make sure that by the time he pays for his second month, that he has at least 10 times that of profit. So, Andode, the first thing I would say is, in terms of your entry points, are you buying when we buy? Like, for example, today, right? The first buy that we had today was at the top. And then we pretty much are watching the market fall right now as we speak. So the first play, everybody, is it working out? And the answer is yes. But I want to see what you're doing, Ando. How are you following? By the way, Hoover, if you want, so it doesn't get lost here. You already did it. Never mind. I take that back. You're ahead of me. Because it always usually gets lost in here for some reason.
No, trust me, I got you. I did it. Good
Oh
job.
Because, yo, when other people see that, just get ready. Get ready for everybody else to see that picture. Everybody's going to be like, all right, he's doing it. All right.
I want the chat lit up. I want to see that shit lit the fuck up.
That's what
Everybody
I'm
gonna be
talking about.
cashing out, man. Watch. Promise you.
You said all I got was the 666 put, and you've been on the combine. Okay. So how's those puts doing? Do you sell contracts at 20%, just like how the rules state, or are you kind of like just testing it right now, trying to see where you are comfortable? 30%? So what is the rule of thumb when you're up 30%? Ando, right now I'm up 37% on these puts. So what's the rule of thumb? You tell me, and I'm going to listen to what you say. Sell? All right. Sell it. Everybody sell it. Ando said sell it. We're selling it. You feel the weight of that, right? When I say that, right? Sooner or later, there's going to be no weight attached to it. For now, there's just going to be weight attached to it. Meaning, what if it falls down more? Right? Everybody's going to be like, oh my God, we could have held it. Oh my God. But no, you don't think like that. Only beginner traders think like that. So, nobody's going to say anything. Nobody's going to question you. Nobody's going to say you were wrong. Nobody's going to say anything. All they're going to say is that you follow the rules. Do you see how it creates this perfect environment for growth and success? That's why I love it. So, Ando, make sure you sell. Make sure you took your profit. Congratulations on that, brother. That's one step from mankind, brother. Come on now. That made me very happy. Now, when did you buy that put? I think you're texting something right now, so you can finish your thought, and then I want to ask you another question. You sold 1K more to pass the combine also? Excellent. Now, are you posting your notes? You guys know where I'm gonna come after you for. Same thing with you, Hoover. There's no notes at all. So, if you guys need help with this, just make sure you tell me. You posted on the 20th. That was the last time. Alright, it's not terrible. Yeah, I only have 2 people posting notes. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. John, please follow the structure. John's not here. I'll tell him later. Oh my God, why does he keep doing that? So you bought that at 668. So the second you hit 668, you got a 666 put, which was for reversal point number 5, right? Excellent, brother. And you also have the reversal points on your screen, or do you not have them yet? Excellent. Excellent.
So what I want you to do is, before you go further, Andode, I know you're probably working right now, because I know you work during the day. I really want you to just stop everything you're doing and start taking notes instantly. Because if you don't fix the pattern now, and it's not consistent, it's going to be what basically happens to every other Discord member, where they just don't do notes. So I kind of want to have this situation change. I don't want to keep removing people just for that one aspect. And yeah, remember, this is to help you. That's the idea. It's not for me to sound like some asshole. Is for you to realize that usually if you have a loss and you break it down, you could figure out how to make how to make it turn into a win the next day, pretty much. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that's what it does. It creates the ability for a person to actually trade on their own, like an animal, an adaptive animal. Taco's done. John, we gotta talk. I need you, Dr. John, to follow the script whenever you get an opportunity. So whenever you get a chance, I want you to call me on your phone if you're free, because I know your mic doesn't work. Call me on the phone, and I'll tell you what's the next step. Who's next? I'll give Danny another day. Johan, I'll give you another day. You got one more day for both of you. Sherman, I'll give you one more day as well. And Mansa, you're good. I'm happy with your progress so far right now. Just keep it going. Don't get lazy, please. Not saying you will, but, I do it. We all do it. It happens. Just don't let it happen. Or try not to let it happen. All right. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Come on now. Come on now. You got to make a new one? Hell yeah. We're about to shut off the live right now so that we can go into, because today was amazing. First trade was amazing. The fundamentals, the aspects of our ideas, the way we drew the market running up to that area, then falling down to number 5. The fact that we knew that it would work beforehand, hours before. Today was like a perfect day, and I want to leave it at that. This is kind of like when you make $20,000 and you're like, should I put in another 1,000 or 5K? No. Just take a step back now. Just breathe. Just chill out. Because if you keep going back and forth, say that again, Hoover?
What you just said, it was funny. I liked it. It's real. You were like, should I put in another 5 to 10K? No, probably not. Let's just stop right here.
Yeah, literally. Because I'm like the damn Energizer Bunny when I was trying to buy before. Like just shaking in one place with the damn drum set. Aggressively. All right, everybody, you're about to hit number 5. This is where it gets funny. We may have to buy calls here. I kind of want to wait for it to do something a little bit more ridiculous because I know it can have another little leg to the downside here. So I kind of want to wait. I don't want to just get calls right away because we just sold the puts. Therefore, if it's trying to go lower, it's just an unnecessary loss we're going to have to take. So we're going to trade with the $4 account, but we're going to do it around 2 p.m. because the contracts are still a little expensive right now. Until then, what we're going to do here is we're going to turn off the live. We're going to start a class, and we're going to go over all the Forex stuff that we did, as well as all the prop firm stuff that we're going to be doing, because all the options stuff is done. So since we're done with options, completely done with it. The only thing we had to do this left is remove the channels from the Discord and add them to the library Discord. By the way, are you guys all a part of my other Discord? Let me show you. Let's put this up here. The other Discord is not the Forex one, not the futures. No, not those. Where the hell is it? Sunburst Library, Silo Trades, Notes. No. Where did it go? Silo trades library. There you go. Okay, so in the silo trades library, all the stuff that's on this Discord, I'm gonna have to remove some of the individuals here, but all the information on this Discord is gonna be placed here. So if you guys want the invite for this, again, it's free as long as you're part of the main server. You're not paying for nothing. This is the Discord invite. Let me exit out of here now, and let me send it into the Discord. I'm putting it in the main chat. There you go. And then I'm gonna put it in the voice chat as well. We're about to get ready to fix this. So this is the last thing for options. Truly. After this, there's nothing really else. Really. At least not that I could think of. For why does it keep copying the same thing? Just copy one link. There you go. Join it up, join it up, join it up. Up, 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 up. Welcome, Slug. Welcome, Doctor. Welcome, Mansa. Alright, let me get rid of everybody who's not supposed to be here real quick before I forget. Alright. Okay. We got that done. That's taken care of. I can't believe stage 2 is not taken care of. I'm about to... You guys ever seen that meme with Kermit the Frog falling off the building? And you got the lady screaming in the back. She's like, "Oh my God!" That's how I feel right now. Every single time I tell myself I'm gonna do something and I don't do it.
I gotta see this. I gotta see this meme. That's just.
look at the Discord, bro. I'm gonna show you.
Let me see. Where is it?
I'm gonna send it right now.
Oh, just join the library.
Look at it.
Where is it?
Yo. And the actual video, like, you hear the lady screaming, like,
Oh my God!
not yet. Oh my God.
That's like when bro tells you to get into a trade, but you just full ported.
Literally, yeah. It works so perfect. That one too. Yo.
Silas said just buy one. I got 5.
We should do that. What if I create like a damn mascot for this
A
group?
trading meme cage?
Yeah, literally. I always wanted to do one of those. Because
Oh, that'd be hilarious. And that shit'll blow up because it's just so like they're looking at more or less for like the fun part side. Like it's funny.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And
But you know what's gonna be the
everybody
weird
wants
part?
to laugh.
When I merge my trading styles with those, I'm gonna be like, here's Bikini Bottom. This is SpongeBob's house. This is Patrick's house. You see, when it climbs on top of Patrick's house, oftentimes it tends to dive into the downside right by Squidward's house, and it picks itself right back up right by SpongeBob's house again, right? And
There
the
we
whole
go.
entire time, you can have your outline or your structure be there, but they don't even know. And they're gonna be like, how the fuck is this working? How does he keep...
Put it right in clear sight. Literally, that's how they do it. That's how they've always been doing this shit, bro. Everything's just
Yo.
right in front of our eyes.
No, yeah, literally. All right, everybody. Do you see how you hit the top of that box and you ran up here? And where are you at? The midpoint of the next box, right? So if you fall from here, let it hit number 6, go past it, hit number 5, and then see if it holds again. Once again, see if it goes through the box now, because that's the thing you want to look for. It hits the top of the box, then if it's gonna fall and it's gonna go down lower, it's gonna now fall into the box. You might not crash just yet, but it's gonna happen real soon. You might get something to shake up the market here. Again, everybody, I did not trade on the prop firm account today. We traded on the prop firm account last night at 5 a.m. And all we did was just get a put from like somewhere over here and just trade little tiny drop. And then today with the actual puts, the options puts is what I'm talking about, not the shorts from the futures, right? But for the actual, oh my goodness, stop moving the damn box. Let's lock it. Wait, what are you hitting right now? What point is that? I just recognized that, everybody. I forgot to look at this. I don't think I looked at this chart at all today. I looked at it, but I wasn't really looking at it. Like, my brain wasn't thinking. I'm looking at this now, and you're literally, like, look at yesterday, Friday. Look at how far you went below the 1/4 point. Oh, no, we already drew this. We talked about this on Friday. We told you. We said because of how far you went down here, when we're going to buy puts next time, it's going to be the same distance from the 1/4 point, which is, like, right around, like, here. So 672, we're going to buy some puts. Completely forgot about that. What chart did I have says that? We drew it somewhere around here. Let me see. Let's go track it down. Was it this one? No, that one doesn't have the same 1/4 point. Was it this one? It's pretty much the same shit that I'm looking for right now. This is pretty much it, yeah. But that's not the right one, no. That was like a damn flashbang. Why was that shit so bright? What in the world? What chart did I draw it on? No. It should have been the weekly boxes chart, but then again, I feel like I did it on the monthly chart. That's Tesla. Why is SPY not here? It's okay. We'll look at it later. I don't think that's it. No. 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 That's too big. No. That scale is, like, we're looking at the 3-year on that shit. Honestly, everybody, I have no clue. I gotta look at Friday's video. How about over here? No? Here? No? Here? Let me check my other accounts. Give me 1 second. I'm telling you, the way my brain works is it's not going to leave me alone until I figure this out. Get this shit out of my face. Let me see. It's not this account either. When was the last time I used this? Damn, over here? We got to use this account again. So much opportunities. Okay, so it's not this chart. Let's close this. Let's go open up this account. The crypto account. Let's take this. Also, by the way, I'm sure you guys could tell. Doesn't my thing look so nice now? The damn the tabs, like all the tabs and all the names laid out. I went crazy organizing everything. We can't open this chart from you. Head to home page. What does that mean? Go here. Thank you. Full chart. So you're one of them that we're looking for. Oh, that was the previous one. Okay. We can still do that now that I think about it. I like that. Nah, yeah. So watch this. You see this box down here? Let me just, all I have to do is update this. Delete this. That was the old one. put this box on top. At the top of this yellow box is where we're going to get the puts. Why? Because that's where you held at the bottom here. Equal reaction. That's basically what I'm trying to show you guys. It's just, I could have sworn I drew a new one for SPY. Where the fuck did it go, though? Also, you know what's crazy? Look at these buying points that I had from the past. That's a fucking big ass centipede. Oh my goodness. Listen. Come here. Oh hell no. You're gonna fucking fall on me. Yo, the other night, I was sitting on the chair and some shit. Can you believe some? Why do they keep doing that? Like, they just fell on me. The centipedes, they just literally go on top, exactly where I'm sitting, and they just let go. And I'm just like, what are you doing? What is your problem? Yeah, I'm telling ya, it's so weird. Like, why are like these damn bugs attracted towards me or some shit? this this is due to the last great centipede war that I had with them. Maybe they're still after me. Oh, these are not my pets. I do not like centipedes. Hell no. I'm not afraid of them, but the way those shits move with all those legs, nah, yeah. Nah, I heard about that. And when they bite, you get sick from that. You get like a flu-like symptoms. And if you get bitten in Hawaii by those big shits, yeah, very venomous. You get sent to the hospital. That actually happened to one of my family members. I got bit by a centipede. I got bit by a spider. I've had spiders fall on me. I've had centipedes fall on me. Like, the only thing I can't imagine, and I'm not even going to bring it up. That's how you know I don't like those shits. But y'all know what I'm talking about. The shits that come when you're dirty. Those shits, if I see one, the whole house is getting burnt down. I can't with those. But I heard centipedes and spiders and all those other insects, they eat that. So yeah. I think the centipedes, they want to get in here because it's like warm. The door doesn't have that much like there's not like a door guard, so like shit could just go underneath. That's why it's always so cold in my room. Cuz like literally like you could feel the wind blowing from outside. So the centipedes, they be coming in here because I have a lot of spiders. See, the spiders I'm cool with. You feel me? They're quiet. They sit in the corner. They don't bother me. Unless they're trying to fall on me or some shit. Like one time, I remember I had a baby, like a spider. Like it had a bunch of babies. And yo, all those shits were right on top of me falling. And I'm like, what the fuck is hitting me on my neck and my hand? And I look up and all I see these little tiny black things just like fall from the ceiling. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, like I couldn't, I'll be honest with y'all, I don't know how I kept my cool. I was so tight that it happened that I guess I was, yeah, that's probably what it was. Because I was looking at that spider, I'm like, you fucking betrayed me. I let you live. And you're just gonna throw a bunch of kamikazes at me? What is this? I gave you life. Nah, but yeah, I have a bunch of them in here. Alright, anyways, let's change the subject. Alright. What I was talking about before, how the hell did I go from fucking... Oh, the centipede, never mind. It's whatever. I was trying to show you guys these buys. And the craziest part is that, did all these buys work? Ladies and gentlemen, and they did. So, we can't really improve stuff with this chart no more. It seems like some of the best weekly boxes are from the past. Like August, the box from August, from like the 1st when you had a low, and then the 15th when you had a crazy high. That was probably one of the most perfect months this year.
So because it was so perfect, with the first being the low and the 15th, which is the second week, being a crazy high, I took that box, which is the initial purple one, which is this one right here, and then I copied it above, and then I copied it below a couple times. And then you pretty much get this. So when the market fell from the sky, when you fell from that midpoint, I was just using a previous midpoint, you know? That's how we got the puts here. And by the way, this says question mark because I haven't updated it yet. But yes, we did, in fact, buy puts here about a week and a half ago. So let's go ahead and put this check mark. Excellent. And then we were going to buy calls at the bottom of this line, but instead we bought them down here. So this one right here is going to get turned into an X. We were wrong about that idea. If we had followed it, like when you first fell, we would have been screwed. If we followed it on the way back up, we would have been good because you ran from the bottom here. You know, you would have bought it and you're just basically going higher pretty much. You're not really going lower at all. Now, of course, what this means is that we need to come up with the future buying and selling points, right? It's like what's going to happen going forward. We have the downtrend and the downside plan just in case you tank out the sky. We have all those points. But for like the upside, what do we do now? Where do we buy puts at? Where do we buy calls at? And the answer is very simple, everybody. What you're looking for is that wedge that we talked about earlier. This one here. I know your eyes saw it. Wait, he's on the run again. Give me 1 second. Target has been eliminated. Damn, the Palantir calls are starting to go up here. I bought it for 318. Right now you're at 330. We only have 3 of them. So we're not up that much yet. Only up $12 times 3, which is 36. Target, it's going up a little bit more now. The only thing I'm down on is the puts that we already made for free. Those were from Friday, where we were trying to have some insurance for today. And that's it. I'm up on every single other play. That is 14 positions in total that we're currently up on right now, everybody. All 14 positions that we got on Thursday. Ah, my leg. All right, everybody. So like I said earlier, we're going to kick things into the class now. The first thing that we're going to go over before I end this video, just so I can keep stuff all organized, nice and neat. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that everybody has all the text on their screen for the CS zones as well as for everything else. After I make sure that you have all the updated text, the next thing we're going to do is go through a trading style one by one, just like how I did when Andode first joined the Discord and we created this here. If you guys remember, I was creating a new idea, which was going to be a call area that we were going to buy from, but I never finished it, as you could tell. But yeah, this was going to be a green area. That was the plan for this trading style. And then, yeah. So we're just going to test that a little bit more. Looks like it works, though. So, of course, what do I do for the future now? I would have never thought you would have asked. Take these boxes, boom. Put them on top of themselves. And there we go. That's the next area. So now I just created a new form of consolidation zones from the left side. I'm just going to update this so I can remember for the future. We'll just leave you like that. Okay, so that's the consolidation zones. We're buying puts right here because that's like where the wedge is. But then, of course, we want to kind of buy some calls like right here. So you want to play the calls going into the wedge, which is up here. But first, we got to get above here. We got to let this curve upwards. So it might only want to curve tomorrow. Today was a really good run up so far. You've maintained, you've held, you established some new support at the bottom.
Now let's just pay very close attention to what's resistance. Because if it's the top again, you might just tank out the sky and just rinse and repeat it.
You said Silo the Spider Whisperer? Yo, you know what's crazy? I be having like the damn I'm not even gonna say this. You guys are gonna think I'm fucking nuts now. I be talking to them. I talk to the insects, alright? I have no friends. But the insects and you guys. But when I'm done with you guys, when we trade for 12 hours a day, we need a little break from each other. You know? So yeah, that's my my companion right there. Does it sound sad? Shit, better not. Because we be having a blast, let me tell y'all. I'm talking about disco ball. I'm talking about roller skates, lights, music, everything you can think about. So, think what you want. You know what I mean? Nah, but yeah. We're going to make another chart just like this. We're going to make an updated version. It seems like the version that we made from over here. Because remember, we made this chart right here. This was exactly where we made it. Right there. So everything that happened after this arrow was basically us predicting the market. In terms of the green right here, or the red. Now, did this green work out? The answer is no. So this is stuff that we want to pay attention to when we make the next chart today for our class later. Is we want to see, all right, on top of the 1/2 point, when you were going right through it again, you didn't want to establish support. So what I'm going to write down here is there's now going to be a new way that we're going to play the 1/2 point with these weekly boxes. And that's pretty much it. Keep it simple. So yeah, we're going to improve this. This has, how much trading styles is on this shit? I already forgot. You have 1 trading style like that, 2 trading styles, then you have the horizontal one, that's 3, then you have King's Point, that's 4. Oh, then you have the diagonal going down, but that kind of counts as the other one, but we're going to count it as 5, because normally I don't do that. And then you have the paths right here, that's 6. What other trading styles do I have that I could sniff out here? 6. There's no Dorito. Yeah, there's only 6 trading styles on this, everybody. Only 6. Because I'm not counting these yellow boxes, right? Like, this shit is new. We're not counting that yet. So just pay no mind to let me just change them to blue or something so nobody pays mind to them. So yeah, the blue stuff, just don't pay attention to. Alrighty. Just the orange. Just the orange and the diagonal lines that are not horizontal. So yeah, I'm thinking this market might fall here towards the top. What I want you to do is get above here, hold, and then we're going to buy calls for you to run up into here. Normally we don't trade like this. This would be taking our trading styles and actually doing something new to incorporate a better version of what we're doing right now. So what I'm saying is this right here is the gray area that most people can't recognize in terms of it being the one thing they need to improve or learn. But it happens so many times to me where I wouldn't know what to do in this area that I've basically found out what to do in the area. But again, it happens so many times. This weird ass range, like with the wedges and stuff like that. So how you play it is let it get above, let it hold, buy calls, and then rip up into here, which is the area you want to buy puts from. It's just be careful. Because if you run up faster first, right, and you almost get to that area that you're supposed to play puts from, and then you fall, you could go way lower. So the speed in which you get above and what you touch around here is very important. That's what basically is going to tell us, all right, let's still hop into the calls. It looks like they're worthwhile. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you take your notes. If you guys are in the Silo Trades mini server, like Chills, I'm not too sure if you're back there still. Just go ahead and take a look at the mini server.
take your notes. I want you to write down what you did today and then what you saw me do. And that's it, brother. So if you're working right now, just please write it down and just remind yourself. And yeah, same thing with everybody else on the YouTube. What I want you guys to do is go into my community every day when I start posting these next videos that I'm going to have scheduled soon. It's going to kind of be like motivational stuff. And every time I post these motivational videos, I'm going to incorporate a daily plan for options and for trading. And I want you guys to always put your notes before I post it. I'm going to post it around 9:20. And then I want yours to be posted around 9, if you can. At night.
Silo!
What's good, Hoover?
I double dip.
What's the reason for it?
Saw the opportunity. I saw
What's
the
the opportunity?
confluence.
Explain it to me.
I broke out of the CS zone. I waited patiently,
Okay.
not fearing of missing out or just casually spotting opportunity as it presents itself. This time we went for another 25%.
You sold it already.
And less capital. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I did. Less capital, more percent.
You're lucky you said you sold it before you told me that. All right. I'm fine with that. I'll take it. But make sure you still had to write that down in your notes that you said it and that you went against it, but it was because there was a plan. Don't think that people are going to be like, yeah, he's just lying. He's just saying that to make himself look better. Because that's what I thought in the beginning, but don't be an imposter. This is your life.
Hey, John Fish said, no need for KFC coupons.
There we go. But yeah, brother, make sure you write that down and make sure you actually get that in your notes. It's very important.
Say that. No, yes.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get my notes in right now. Now I'm done.
Rolling.
I'm done now.
All right. Okay, so you're above number 7. You're running up to number 8. You just fell to the top of this CS zone. You held. Then you went to the top of this one. Then you fell. Went to the bottom of it. Held. Now you're basically about to create a new CS zone, which I'm thinking is going to be created somewhere around 7 and 8. Unless you just literally crash right now. This could be the peak here. Hell yeah, Hoover. I appreciate that, buddy. Let's get it going, chills. All right, we got everybody doing notes now. Where do we need to pick up the slack? Let me think. First thing is first. We're going to do $1 million account challenge today. We're going to start with small account again. I want to keep feeding my other accounts until all 40 options accounts that we have basically started with $4 and have worked their way to up to like 50 or 100. So that's basically how I train myself, everybody. Like, how do I sharpen my blades? How do I stay on top of this shit no matter what year, no matter what month, no matter what piece of news drops? I'm always erasing half of my accounts and restarting them. But this time, this is going to be the last time. So, once we're done with all of them, we're just literally like rocket ships. And then at one point, what we're going to do is turn our options accounts into their own cup of water that's pouring into other things. So it's like, imagine you have a Tesla options account. That Tesla options account you're using to buy industrials, materials, energy, and some other stuff, right? And then let's just say for another company, you're going to be using that company as the main focus of your trades. But when you make money, you're going to redivert it into, let's just say, semiconductors or quantum computing. The reason why you want to do this is because you reap what you sow.
You got to plant those seeds, everybody. There's a saying, you know, best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. Next best time is right now. Again, the next best time is right now to start planting that tree. Make sure you guys go to Home Depot. Do they sell trees at Home Depot? I don't even know where the hell they sell trees. Lowe's, Home Depot? A flower store? Wherever the hell they sell trees, but in terms of what we're referring to with the stock market, yeah, just do it very slowly. Create your ideas, draw them, explain them, and every single day you have to focus on them. You have to work on them. It's not, oh, this is a Monday type of thing that you work on. No, when you guys are multimillionaires and you guys own these companies, then all right, I'll let you say that. For right now, we all got to be on the same page. We all got to be able to do multiple things at once. It's the only way we're going to be as extreme to be able to break out of these patterns that we're so used to, that were bestowed upon us from our environments, right? Again, this stuff, it makes everything so much easier when you start thinking about it this fashion. But yeah, I'll stop talking now. We're going to move on to the class. Everybody on YouTube, good luck. Don't do nothing aggressive. Do not trade anymore. Write down your notes. If you're going to trade, paper trade. And don't say something and then go against your word 5 minutes later. Because if you do that, I know you're going to have a pattern of doing that. And we want to create the best patterns for ourselves. So, yeah, just try to avoid